Hello there, very good Sunday morning to you. You're watching Sewing Street and my name is Debbie Shaw. We've got a jam-packed full show this morning. 4 hours of live sewing for you, and I'm going to be joined in hours 2 and 4 by Angela Pressley as well. So we're going to be doing a little bit of cushion making and some patchwork using some creative grids rulers later on as well. So if you're new to us, oh hello, welcome along. We've been here since February, we have. And things are evolving and changing all the time, so we've got news for you in a bit as well. This morning we have an early bird special, which is fabrics, so I'll give you the details there in just a sec. In fact, may as well have them now. There you go. This is a special offer, basically. That means that by way of saying thank you for joining us nice and early in the morning, we reduce the price of an item or items for the duration of the show or while we have the stock. So we've put together 3.5 meters of lovely cotton fabric for you, with the saving as well of half a meter. So it could be the grey that's free, it could be the rust that's free, or it could be the spot that's free, whichever one you like. So you only pay for 2 and you get one for nothing. These are half a metre in length, and they're 112 centimetres wide. So let's just show you where we are here. Have we got anybody here? I'm having problems with my Facebook this morning. I can't see anybody. So if you're saying good morning, thank you very much. We'll try and sort that out in just a bit. I pressed a wrong button somewhere, I think, so I can't see anybody. But we'll say hello in a bit. That's what you're going to get times 3. So 112 wide, half a metre in width, and 100% cotton. So great fabrics to add to your collection. We're not doing stashes anymore. We're having collections because it sounds more plausible, more of a reason to have huge amounts of fabric in our home, isn't it, if we are collectors of fabrics, instead of just building up stashes. So that's what we're doing. So the grey, particularly for blending, for your patchwork and quilting, if you're lining bags, this is a lovely contrast colour. It's quite anonymous. It doesn't fight with brighter colours. It makes your printed fabrics go further, and it's a really useful basic colour. And then we have this gorgeous warm burgundy colour. These two go very well together, I think. But going into autumn, winter time, if you're using deeper colours, this is a very much on trend, as they say, kind of colour to use, which will blend with the greys, with the whites, with your pastels, and with so many of your printed fabrics as well. Again, making those prints go even further, and kind of breaking up patterns as well. If you like, you've got lots of patterns on your fabrics, they can become intermingled somewhat. So it breaks them up nicely. And then finally here, we've got quite a modern type of spot. So with the smaller spots in the background as well. And again, 100% cotton. Pretty colour, that one, isn't it? And again, we are thinking about going forward to autumn, winter time, using warmer tones of colours, not so bright, not so pastel, not so kind of summery colours. Then I think this one's going to be absolutely perfect for you. And one of these, remember, is free. So you pay for 2 and you're going to get half a metre absolutely free. Oh, there we go. I think I found you. Right. Oh, now then, I know we've got 61 of you watching, but I can't see your comments at the moment. Hang on a minute. All right, that's that. Turn that down. I can see me, but I can't see you, and I know you're there, so you're bound to be leaving comments. So if I do that, and I do that, nah, I don't want to look at myself. We'll have a chat in a bit. If you would like, I can get on the fans page, I think. If you'd like to come and communicate with us this morning, no, not there either. Well, there you go. Couple of ways of doing that. You can either come through on Facebook, and I shall be there with you in a bit, promise. I've had loads of comments saying morning. I can't see. How rude is that? But morning to Linda and to Carol and to Anne. and to Mandy, and to Sam, and to Christine, and Alan. Oh, morning, Alan. Dawn's with us as well. Dawn's nice and early. Kirsty's there. Morag should be here soon because she's not back on call till Tuesday. Have we got Angie and Leah Louise, maybe? What's the weather like in Great Yarmouth? Hilary. Oh, Morag's here. Morning, Morag. Morning, Hilary. Laurie's here as well. Have we got Anne in Australia? She normally pops up on a Sunday morning. Facebook is Sewing Street TV. So if you've got any questions, if you want a reminder of anything, then come and let me know. Or of course you can drop us an email, which is studio@sewingstreet.com, and Paul is waiting in the gallery to pick up your emails, to show us your pictures, and we have Elliot directing today. See, I told you you'd get a job eventually. So it's just the three of us, and Andrew of course waiting in the wings for the next show. And let's take a look what's coming up this morning. We have a Debbie's Fabric Delights at 8 o'clock, cross cushion with Angela. Now that's not an angry cushion, okay, it's the design, with Angela at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, split pay, overlockers, dressmaking fabrics and more. And then 11 o'clock, Creative Grids Masterclass with Angela again. And we're reporting a show at 12 o'clock, which is Must Have Workroom Tools. Now then, we have split payments available for you, which launched on Friday. So you can spread the cost over 3 or 5 months, depending on how much you're spending, absolutely interest free. And it went a little bit manic. So this is the idea. If you spend £149 or more, you can split your payments over 3 months. So you pay one payment now when you place your order, and the next 2 payments are November, December, interest free. And that's on one single item. So that's not your basket that amounts to over £149, it's one single item. If you're spending over £799, so you are talking about probably the majority of sewing machines that we sell, we can split those payments over 5 months. So you imagine, if your dream has been to own that Juki HZL NX7, but you just can't stretch to £2,700 at the moment, you pay one payment now, no interest. Your last payment will be taken from your debit or credit card in February. And that means that you're not spending all of that money before Christmas time, because you're spreading the cost over the next 5 months. And no interest to pay whatsoever. So we had loads of equipment, and we had an overlocker show planned as well. But if you have a look for our Elna overlocker, look at that, we've only got one left. And all you pay today is £233. 233 November, 233 December, paid off by the end of the year, no interest charge, but only one left. That's the one that I've got. I've got the Janemi version of that. I absolutely love it. I exhaust the poor thing. But Paul Producer has been a little bit sneaky. So if you have a look on our website, which is sewingstreet.com, if you sort all now then, so there you go, that's what you need to do. And oh look, if you sort high to low in the filter, and then you can have a look at everything that we have available for you on split pay. So it may be an adjuster form, metalist thread, so that's where it stops. Anything from those threads and above, you can split the costs. All the way to £2,799, which you can split 5 times. But it was rather busy on Friday, and we don't have much left. So the 680, which has been one of our most popular sewing machines, has actually sold out now. We do have the 780 Plus, and we're going to be having a look at that at 10 o'clock this morning as well. So, I still can't see you. We'll sort you out in just a minute. Have you got a cuppa? Are you all ready? Yeah, for this morning, good. We do have the Juki overlocker available for you. We'll have a look at that later on as well. So if you have a look on the website, you'll see it there. So that's sewingstreet.com. So you can split that pay into 5 payments of £219. Interest free, I know. Only one delivery charge of £3.95, which I think is a a jolly good deal as well, considering it has a 2-year warranty from Juki, and it's an air threading machine as well. We'll have a chat about that later on. But basically that's the higher end of the air threading overlockers that we bring you. But again, we are quite limited in the amount of stock we've got left there. Oh, the early bird, by the way, we're limited stock, so not very many of those left, those 3 fabrics. Mind you, talking of which, I've got my cup of coffee to go cold. That was... Oh, I have to have a cup of coffee to go cold. Never get a chance to drink it. Talk too much, you see, in this job. So this is Debbie's Fabric Delights. Never seen them before in my life. No, we put together a collection of, actually, those transitional. It's normally the 4th hour I can't talk properly, not the first one. Transitional prints and colours for you. So what you're making, what you're sewing at the moment. What are you planning? Are you dressmaking? Are you quilting? Are you homewares? Are you new to sewing? Do you not know where to start? We've got some great fabrics for you. Are you building up a collection? I like that. Heard it on a podcast. So let's take a look first of all at NKU 172, which is so pretty. Ooh, oh no, that might go with your early bird. So just have a look at that. Isn't that pretty? Just bear with me 1 second. Just need to nip around here and get the early bird just to see if it... Yeah, see? This is what I was saying about making your printed fabric stretch a little bit further, breaking them up. Put that fabric next to that one. It gets a little bit confusing. Put a plain in between, and both of these stand out a lot. So this is Juliet Roses on black. That's not black. It's very dark red. Not a bit of black in it, to be honest, but that's what we're calling it. So, only £4.99. So, if you went for your early bird and 1/2 metre of your Juliet Roses, all of this is £13.47. Now, something else that we do, if you weren't aware, is 1 postage for the whole day. So if you think, no, I've got the early bird, I don't need anything else. That's in the bag, it's paid for. I paid my £3.95 postage. I know that's going to be on its way to me soon. And then you'll see one of these fabrics and think, oh, should have ordered that at the same time. Now I've got to pay another £3.95 postage. No, you don't. No, not on Sewing Street. You can come back as many times as you like, add a reel of thread, a packet of bobbins and pins, whatever you wish, sewing machine, whatever, and not pay any extra postage. We amalgamate, is that the right word? All of your purchases all the way through to just before midnight tonight, and only charge 1 postage for the whole day, which I think is a rather jolly good deal. So this is £4.99 for 1/2 metre, 100% cotton, quilting weight of cotton, and 112 wide, did I say that? Beautiful fabric. This is VJU 125, so we're staying with the rose theme, but we've got the larger roses. So again, they match, they mix and match together perfectly. But this again will go with a burgundy from your early bird, and no, but it'll go with that one. That goes really well. Well, I'm honest, you know. Say what I think. Don't put grey with that, for goodness sake. But you can put that one with it. Have we got any more? No, I think that's the best matching one. Now, I say it every week, but I very rarely buy one fabric on its own, because I don't use one fabric on its own. If I'm using this to make a cushion cover, I think a little bit of piping just around the edge like that would really set it off and give it a professional finish. I think if I was making a handbag, I'd have a really fabulous lining, something that matches it, that contrasts very well. I may put a pocket on the front in a contrast kind of colour. So very rarely do I use one fabric. In fact, the more the merrier a lot of the times. And odd numbers work well, don't they? Fabrics in 3s, fabrics in 5s, fabrics in 7, maybe if it's a quilt. But again, only £4.99 for this one. This is Juliet Roses, single roses on pink. Loads of detail in this one. Look at those tiny little leaves. The birds, these are all shaded as well. There's lots of shading around here, so lots of colours involved. This looks like watercolour, doesn't it? So realistic as well. I like... Oh, we're having lots of message. That's really frustrating. Can't see a thing. Let me have another look. Well, we'll sort this in the break. Oh, Marcy's moving house. Oh, I've got you. I got you. Morning, everybody. I just had to turn it round. Hi, Liz. Hi, Margaret and Rosemary. Oh, thanks, Helen. Let me know how you get on. Margaret and Sue. And bringing what on camera? Oh, no, that's different, isn't it? And, oh, against lots from Sue. And Glenys is here as well. And Sue, Norman and Debbie. Louise is sunny in Dublin. The power was dark when I left home this morning. Katie and Linus and John are there as well. Morning. Oh, thank you very much, Catherine. I thought I'd make an effort today. don't normally make an effort at all. I've even brushed my hair. I had egg in my hair this morning. Yeah, I wasn't going to tell you about that, but we just get chatty, don't we? Yeah, I dropped an egg on my way into work this morning, and I didn't lay an egg. I dropped an egg all over me. And when I came in this morning, Elliot says, "You got something in here?" It's egg, just covered in egg. It was a soft boiled, and I thought it would be hard boiled. So when I went a bit into it as I'm driving, so yeah, got a sticky steering wheel and everything. Morning, Sue and Bonnie. Oh, and Labkir. What's it like in Kenya this morning? But it's still hot over there, isn't it? Oh, morning, Jackie. Morning, Monica and Maggie and G. Oh, there's loads of you. 87 at the moment. Let's see if we can set a record. Anyway, I've got to sell you some fabric, so it's my job. We'll have a chat later. Right, it is Debbie's Fabric Delights after all, isn't it? So I'm going to show you my delights this Sunday morning. So OLU 135, more florals. In fact, these are all matching. We've got the same print in different colours, which is lovely. Do you know, if you've ordered your early bird, you're going to get a lot of use out of it with the fabrics today, aren't you? Wouldn't we see? Yeah. I'd go for a couple of early birds just for that red. It goes with everything. So deep navy in the background of this one. Actually, the early bird will be pre-cut to 1/2 metre lengths. Okay, so if you do order 2, you'll get 2 1/2 metres. With these fabrics, they are by the 1/2 metre. So if you ordered 2 units, you will get a 1 metre length. Okay, so if you wanted to make a pair of curtains, you'll need some backing for it. It's quilting fabric after all. But if you wanted larger pieces of fabric, if you wanted to make a skirt or a blouse or something bigger, then they all come in one piece if you order all at the same time. So again, £4.99 for the blue. And then we have OGU 135, your item number, if you wanted to go for the green option. Now, they say blue and green should never be seen, but when you have the same print, you can get away with that, can't you? And the flowers are the same colour, so you can red and green with those. That's quite autumnal, isn't it? Quite deep and rich. The two of those together look gorgeous. But that's your green option. And then we have, oh, this one's pretty. RCU 186 is for this gorgeous taupe colour. And we've still got lots of detail. You know, the flowers in the background are so pretty. So dainty. The next one's my favourite though. This is beautiful. So that's brown. They could have come up with a little bit more inventive colour than just brown. But I suppose it's brown, isn't it? It is brown. Truffle, that's a nice one, Elliot. So they're so poetic, the boys this morning. That's my favourite one. This one is YSU 161. I love that colour. I think it's, you know, sometimes colours can be very elegant, can't they? And I think this kind of duck egg is a very elegant colour. Sea green, we're calling this one. Doesn't it go well with brown? Nice and turned. So I think the green and the blue go really well together because they're striking. But these two, I think, are just gorgeous, really soft colours. Very elegant. Ooh. That's coming up later. And even, you know, because it's the same kind of tone. Completely different print, but they go together, don't they? Shall I show you the details of that one, actually? Or you could. Yeah, it goes with everything. Goes with everything, that early bird. Right, so we'll fold it nicely. Like so. Here we go. So this colour is XBU 173. I'll turn it around the right way so you can see it. And it's all gardening bits and bobs. Given up on the garden. It's wet and muddy at the moment. Hi Yvonne, hi Hazel, and Jerome and Shirley and Carol Ann and Debbie and Sylvie. Oh, and Queenie. Morning. So we've got troughs and trugs and rabbits and flowers and pots and garden forks and mushrooms and watering cans, little birds, the house, wreaths, but it's all very subtle. And I like kind of stitchy related fabrics, and this actually looks like it's been hand stitched. In fact, it all looks very much hand painted because even the stitch marks are kind of shaded, if you will. But isn't that pretty colour? And although it's all gardening themes, it's not screaming gardening at you. It's a very subtle one, that one. So, garden apron and Odie coat is Paul Producer's idea for that one. I think that would be a very nice idea. I need to sort out my baskets, you know, looking at these. That said, everything's a little bit soggy at the moment because it's rained so much, but then things start wilting, don't they? I need a bit of deadheading going on. Tote bag, I think, would be lovely. Maybe you are making things for the garden. Are we going to get some warm weather back again, I wonder? Is that really it now? Because I'm thinking kneeling pads and cushions for the garden furniture, maybe. Or maybe we'll come in from the garden and concentrate on the conservatory. I don't have a conservatory. I see some lovely fabrics that I'd use in a conservatory if I had one, but I don't. Fabric plant pots would be a nice idea. Vase covers, maybe. It's quite kitcheny as well, isn't it? So maybe you could have a cafe-style curtain, a little curtain halfway up the window, or maybe a blind for a smaller window. Put some interfacing on the back of it if you're going to make a blind from it. Or it could be, are you revamping the kitchen? You could be doing your tea cozies and your oven gloves and your coffee mugs, mug rugs and mug hugs and all of that kind of malarkey. Very elegant colour though, isn't it? It's only £4.99. Then, this is a lovely one. This is very dark grey in the background. So we've got WTU 173. Same print, but this is a little bit more. Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember those, I can't remember what they were called. The kids used to have like a scratch board and you could scratch the black ink off and it was all coloured underneath, so it looked like you were drawing with a multicoloured pen. Is that just me? So that's what it reminds me of, like you scratched it away. So again, we've got the same print. Cultivate. And you've got grow. Yeah, the images stand out a little bit more on this one, isn't it? Hi Gwen, hi Anne, hi Diane, hi Kirsten. If you've got any questions, any requests, by the way, come and let me know. Not doing any sewing in this hour, but Angela's going to be here in the next hour, so we're going to do a little bit of sewing then. Oh, and, yeah, I did have coffee then. A creative grid masterclass. I think she's got 4 coming up at 11 o'clock. So we've got Kitty Cornered and Scrap Crazy. Can't remember what else. A couple more. Oh, there's a hexagonal one. So this one is HIU 170. Not reading it at all, remembered all of these codes. This time we've got kind of the sage green in the background. What would you do with it? Well, when you're looking at the fabric like this, what are you thinking? What would you make? Oh, Alex says we used to use wax crayons in different coloured lines, then cover in black. Yeah, that's it. And then scratch it off to reveal the colours underneath. That's what that one reminds me of, don't you think? But the green, you see, mix these together as well. That'd work really well. It's sunny in Leicestershire. Oh, good. Alan says, how much is a patchwork book behind me on the shelf? That is £14.49, I think, Alan. It's coming up in the next hour. Any questions, come and ask them. Don't remember that. Julia remembers from many years. It's funny what we get talking about. Last time I was there, it was sandwiches. What crazy sandwiches did your mother send you to school with? And I thought I had the heads up there with sugar sandwiches, but no, your parents made you some crazy sandwiches. It's no wonder we've all got dentures, is it? So those are the 3 gardening themed ones. And, oh, actually, do you know, I want to give you a quick reminder of split pay. Fabric is not available on split pay because it's not expensive. But we launched this on Friday. We've been working on it for months and months, to be honest, and you know, eventually you get what you ask for. So now we can offer you, if you're spending over £149 on one item, so that is any sewing machine that we have, any of the dress forms that we have, we can split that payment over 3 months and we don't charge any interest for that. If your item is over £799, and again that's for one item, so now you're talking about sewing machines, the overlockers, we can split those payments over 5 months, again interest free. So the way that it works, you'll place your order now as usual, 0800 001 4433 or sewingstreet.com. You'll have the option to pay in full or split your payments. If you decide you're going to go for an item that we can offer on 5 split payments, but you want to pay over 3, that is an option that's available for you on the website as well when you get as far as checkout. If you have any questions or there's any confusion about anything, have a word with our call centre. They're all set up and ready to answer your questions, and that's a free phone number, which is 0800 001 4433. But it basically means that if you're splitting your payments over 5, so if you've always dreamed of having the 782 or the Juki sewing machines, but you can't afford it all in one go, then you pay one payment now when you place your order, or that'll go through at midnight tonight. Your second payment will be on this day next month. So with the 9th, I can't remember. So that'll be, it might be a couple of days late because of the weekend. So maybe on the 11th of November, 11th of December, 11th of January, 11th of February all paid for. So it means that you can have the machine of your dreams right now, because we'll send it out to you straight away. You don't have to wait till February, after only having paid 1/5 of the amount. And then we've got Christmas, haven't we? So then you don't pay the rest of it till after Christmas, which is great. So if you have a look on the website, so this would be a good idea for you, have a look on sewingstreet.com and then go into sort by and then high to low. That's the most expensive thing we have on Sewing Street is John Scott. Second most expensive, is not available on split pay. Not yet, we're working on it. So the Janome, I tell you, that's the embroidery and sewing machine combined in one at $2,799. It only breaks down. You can see that underneath the price, or even letting you know exactly how much you're going to be paying every single month. So let's have a look at the Elna Air thread. We only have one left. Oh, you don't see that very often on shopping channel websites, do you? How many they have? At least we're honest. So yeah, one left there, still got that. And you can have it today for £233. So that'll be 3 payments. So that'll be today, November, December, paid for before Christmas. That's the one that I've got. Do you like that one? So it's no wonder we've been so busy over the last couple of days, is it? I think a lot of you have been just waiting and waiting for this play. Sometimes 2007, I haven't got that much money in the bank, all in one go, but it makes it a bit more affordable when you can spread it like that. Hi Pat, hi Jane, hi Wendy, and Jan and Glenn and Jean and April and Julie and Tracy and Marie, hello. Loads of you watching this morning. Would you like to see some more of Debbie's delights? We've got a little bit of contemporary going on here. So first up we have Black and White Hearts QXU 175. Very different to the florals, isn't it? I love black and white. I'm not a fan of black, but black and white, very classy. Very stylish, I'm a reckoning. £4.99 again for half a metre in length, 112 centimetres wide. Buy the half metre, so remember if you order more than one, it'll all come to you in one length. If you've already ordered something today, maybe you've gone for your early bird, which, you know, that red goes with it again, doesn't it? There's no red in there, but it just goes anyway. But this time your grey goes really well. Half the stock of the early bird sold out, by the way. But if you've already ordered early bird and you've paid your £3.95 postage, no more postage to pay on this one. Hi Dawn, hi Christine, hi Julia, Margaret. It's pretty, isn't it? And you know, the heart, if I stick my finger in there, it's a very small print, which is what I was going to show you. So, oh, you could colour those in, couldn't you? Not all of the white ones, but just a random pink or red heart here and there, I think that'd be quite nice. That'd make it very personal. Morning, Margaret. Now, with the same print, we also have WKU110. So that's, look, you see, this is where the early bird's coming together. So this is the grey version of the hearts there. So again, if you wanted to order, it is VKU110. That's with me contacts in. Hi Helen, hi Carol. So the two of those will go very well together, but again, you early birds that have got your early bird special, look at that grey. That's really soft, isn't that gorgeous? I think that just works so, in fact the three of them together, look, that would make a striking little quilt, wouldn't it? But I do like greys. I think greys are another one of those very elegant colours, don't you think? I like grey. Wear a lot of grey, not on the telly box, but oh morning. Oh, morning Alex. Oh, Alan's going to be 38. He's going to celebrate with a new sewing machine. Split payments, Alan. So again, £4.99. And we've got more in this black and white range, so bear with me a sec. Text. I think this is one of the prints that Angela's going to be using in her 11 o'clock show. This is JTU 187. We do have, now then, they're a bit mixed up. We've got some more hearts as well, but we've got this available for you in the white. Officiana, Piazza, Montiel, they just look like addresses. Do they not mean anything? I wouldn't actually call those numbers. It looks like addresses and phone number. Telephone 0115. That's a number, surely. 0115. That sounds like a British number. Anyway, it's so small I can barely read it. So it's just like it's like a newspaper print. It doesn't really mean anything. No one's going to be studying it. Hi Rack. Hi Lindsay. Hi Amanda. Hi Jane. Hi Helen. Hi Sharon. And this is the negative, if you will. So that is MZU 108. I think the print is different enough on the both of them that you can put them both together. In fact, if you're clever, you can kind of match those up so it looks like one piece of fabric. So this is the basic harmony on white at £4.99. And it was it the crazy, that's the one, the crazy grid scrap crazy, do apologise, from these two prints. Don't they work well together? You see what I mean about the prints being so small? It's not like obviously lots of letters. No one's going to be, they're going to get very close to if they're going to try and read this. Right, that's that. Do you want to look at these two hearts, or should we have a look at a book? Should we have a look at a book? We've got a couple of books on the show too. So we have So Very Easy, Quilt Favourites. Great for beginner, so is this one. To get you started, lots of ideas for you. And of course you can take elements from these books as well. You don't have to follow them 100% all the way through. If you just wanted to do a few blocks, then you just do a few blocks. Morning, Kim. That's my daughter. Hi Kerry, hi Jan. Hi Moxasa McGrath. What a lovely name. So, beards and beer. I was listening to, I listen to podcasts on my way into work, and this morning I was listening to a podcast about podcasts, and there was a podcast about drinking beer, and apparently they do it every week, and it's a bunch of guys, I think they're all guys, that get together and drink beer and talk about it and get progressively drunk throughout the course of the day. Apparently they get people listening to it that don't even drink beer. Anyway, that was a bit off the wall. Irish pansy, that's pretty. I like the way that the blocks are explained in here as well, so it makes it very simple to understand. Hi Isabel, hi Jane, hi Barbara, hi Jackie Lee. Oh, morning Pollyanna. So it really explains very simply how to do that. And I think it's quite nice to have a good old flick through. I know sometimes you can go on to websites that sell loads of books and you can have a kind of look inside, but there's not very many places you can do that. You can't go into a bookstore and just sit and flick through all the pages, can you? But we let you do that. Have a good old look at what you buy. So the thing is, you're paying money for this, so you want to see what you're getting, don't you? Because you might look through this and think, not for me. I want a hardback book and I want something that has even more projects in it. But I think as a beginner, then this is great because they're simple designs that look complicated, which is, it gives you a sense of satisfaction when you're making up something where people are going to say, aren't you clever? But I like the way that everything is so simply explained in here as well. Oh, a wine and sewing podcast. Oh, Kim, we'd never get any work done. Mind you. Let me count the ways. I wonder if there was a wine podcast. The thing is, I don't want to listen to somebody else talking about it. I want to do it. Maybe a wine. Maybe we'll have a wine podcast. Just forget the podcast. We'll just have the wine. Alan, there are lots of podcasts on sewing and fabrics in America. Not one over here as far as I know as yet, but there may be one starting shortly because I've got all my equipment. I just need time to actually do it. Julie, I don't know. No, it wouldn't be fair. I might say things that I shouldn't if I have a glass of wine and then start talking to you. Hi, Arlene. Hi, Shirley. Wine and sewing, that'd be a wonky sewing show, wouldn't it? Anyway. Was that new today? The Sew Very Easy. From Laura Coyer. That's a nice name, isn't it? Laura Coyer. So 12 skill building projects. So are you a beginner? Are you Christmas shopping? This would be a nice little gift for somebody who is interested in sewing. Yeah. Depending on what journey you're going to make. Now that's a collection of fabric, isn't it? So again, £16.99 is your price there. Hi Helen. Hi Valerie. Then we have Simple Shapes and Stunning Quilts, Stuart Hillard. Stuart was a contestant in the very first Sewing Bee. Very nice chap, have to say so. And very nice books. Look at this. There he is. Look, you know Stuart. There's lots of ideas in here, and it's a really nice quality book as well. So this is a hardback book. That's a good price at £22.99. And there's lots of different types of sewing in here as well. A plique, adding a hanging sleeve, the actual quilting, binding fabric, and then so many ideas. So tumblers, all kinds of people. I love these kind of effects. It looks like a barley twist, doesn't it? Twisted ribbons on that one. Hi Sue, hi June. Stacked bricks. Quick and Easy Christmas. But you know, if that wasn't in Christmas colours, it could be Quick and Easy Summer, couldn't it? But this is just jam-packed full of ideas. So many. And again, if you don't want to make up the whole quilt, that's only 4 blocks. You can take the inspiration, the ideas, the instruction, and then create things as large or as small as you wanted them to be. So if you want to contain your chaos to just a cushion cover or a placemat, just make one block. If you want to make them bigger, then you can just keep joining them together. Stuart's very good at using up scraps as well. And creating designs, that's amazing, isn't it? That are so striking. So, do you know that Paul Producer was just saying, wouldn't that look lovely in a monochromatic fabric like those? In fact, why not go the whole hog? Because you're going to need more than 2 fabrics for that one, aren't you? And just have them all in the black and whites. And then maybe break it up with a bit of grey. That would look amazing. See, we're full of it. Hi, Margaret. Oh, and hi, another Margaret. And Ali, and Pauline. You see, you don't have to be called Margaret to come and say hello. Do you know, it's funny, I did a little stint on American shopping telly a few years ago, and they have like a day's training for guests, and they were saying that they do so much market research into who their customers are, what their favourite colour is, and all this kind of thing. And the most popular name of customers on this particular channel was Linda. And then we were under strict instructions not to go on air to say, hello, Linda. It was so tempting. But there are more Lindas than anybody watching the channel. I think we have more Margarets than anybody, don't we, here? Interesting, isn't it? And they wanted to know what your favourite colour was, which was red in America. And then all of these graphics on the screen that you see here were all in red because their eyes would be drawn to their favourite colour. See? It's a science, this shopping telly malarkey. Hi, Liz. Dawn says, I used to listen to your YouTube demos in the middle of the night when I can't sleep. I said, Dawn, did I send you to sleep? I'm sorry about that. I just thought they were interesting. But she says, dear, you're my podcast. Thank you. Oh, hi, Liz. Hi, Jill. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Shazza. Shazza Wedge. What a name is that? What a brilliant name. And June and Liz. So anyway. Sorry, Stuart, I'm talking over your book. Lots and lots of ideas. In fact, you've got 100 of them in there all together for your prize. Now then, $22.95. Sorry for that one. I've mixed. In fact, I've dropped my early bird. I've mixed those up. We were looking hearts, weren't we? Should we carry on with that selection? Because you saw the black and the white, and you saw the grey. These have been the most popular of the hour. So, oh, I'm going to go back to that early bird again. This is GZU191. So we have the same print that goes with the red from the early bird. Honestly, that might have actually been well planned if it was deliberate. But goes really well. So we'll say that was scheduled by Kat. So, yeah, thanks, Kat. You did a good job there. So that's upside down. Sorry. There we go. 100% cotton, again, 112 centimetres wide. Hi, Eleanor. Hi, Leslie. Oh, hi, Linda. Laureen. Oh, that's another posh name, isn't it? This one is KYU 106. And that's got the pale blue there. Laureen says, I listened to the quilting podcast. Is it? Is it brilliant? Because I listened to the first one and they didn't seem to do a lot of quilting, so I got a bit tired of it. I'll have another listen to that one. I can't pronounce the surname. Mel Guidroys? Mel and Sue Mel, isn't it? Eleanor, hi. Jeanette's watching. Lovely. Hello, Jeanette. Hi, Christine. Hi, Susan. Hi, another Margaret. So pale blue and the beige in the background here. And then a very, very pale little peachy colour there as well. Oh, we've had an email from Janine. Hi, Janine. She wants, I'm going to sit down for a bit, I think. She wanted to have a look at the metal threads. We don't actually have them in the studio, I'm afraid, Janine. You'll have to have a look on the website on sewingstreet.com. We do have a warehouse, but it's not next door. It's over the road. This is one of them that we have for £104.99. We only have 16 of those left. And because it's over £149, you can see it is available on split pay. So you can split those payments into 3 payments of £49.99. So, yeah, we have. So if it was during the week, or if Elliot wasn't directing today, we could send him over to the warehouse and just pick them up to show you. But we can't today. JAU 189. This is the final one of the heart prints. And you know, it goes so well with that red. Look, doesn't it? But we've got pale pink, we've got sage green, we've got lemon there as well. Hi Pat, hi Heather. Hi Stephanie, hi Val, hi Leslie. Leslie, we've been talking about you all morning. Where's Leslie? We've been saying, we've been spreading rumours and all kinds of things. So we must stop talking about Leslie now she's here. Been a bit late. I hope that's not because of housework. You know the Boris rules. Hi Sandra. Hi Lynette. Elliot and Paul both say hello. Right, that's it for the heart designs. Then we've got more floral. Oh, that posh duck egg. That colour that I like, that would go very nicely with that one that we saw an age ago. So we've got larger roses on this one, which is MZU148. We're calling this one teal. It's quite a pale colour. And again, look at shade. There's only 2 colours on here, but it's been very cleverly shaded using little tiny spots. So it kind of takes the background away from the flowers and gives the whole print a dimension. Hi Maria, hi Amanda, and Nina, and Beverly, and Denise. Morning. Again at £4.99, all are 100% cotton, and they're quilting weight of cotton. Because something is a quilting weight doesn't mean that you can only use it for quilts. It just means that it's a slightly looser weave, so if you're hand sewing, the needle passes through quite nicely. But you'll find with quilting cotton, they are very crisp and they crease easily because you want it to. So for dressmaking, I think something, if it's crisp, maybe a shift dress, little girl's dress. If you're making a blouse, then I think that would be a really nice fabric to use. Maybe not if you want something floaty or ruffles or gathers. Might be a little bit stiff for that kind of thing. But for homewares would be perfect as well. Hi Chris and Lynn and Beryl, and Linda and Carol and Christine and Brenda. Where have the Margarets gone? So what are you up to today? Is it going to be a sewing day? Have you got some new fabrics to play with? Going to learn something new maybe? Going to have a go at something that you've never done before? Right. So this is OWU169. So we've got the same print. This is a nice colour. Kind of a corally kind of print. So we have OWU. There we go. Cute, but I can't see a thing. Honestly. Morning, Sharon. So we've got the same print there, but in there, isn't that a really pretty colour flow pink? I think it's more of a coral. Could do, would do. No. So that's the pink, we're calling it. Hi, Kirsten. And the final colour of this print is a really rich YHU119. Look at that. That's quite Christmassy. In fact, it's a different print, isn't it? Quite Christmassy, that isn't it? A really traditional kind of Christmassy kind of colour. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Heather. But this is one of those prints that if you have a print, this isn't going to argue with it. So if you just like to add something with a little bit of interest, so maybe you've gone for something like that, picks up on the red, so that goes really well. And in fact, I think that goes any one of those, wouldn't it? Not that one. So £4.99 again, that's the colour flow red. And, oh, hi Lynn. Hi, Lynn's in Perth in Western Australia. What's it like over there at the moment? You'll be summer, won't you? Or are you in, no, you'll be in spring? Is it wet? I imagine it to be quite rainy in Australia at the moment. I suppose it depends where you are. Alan's going to sort out his 240 metres of fabric collection that he's been collecting over the last 50. Alan, get sewing. Oh no, you never stop sewing, do you? Just think how many Christmas socks you can make. The 150 metres of fabric. Woo! Hi Samantha and Sally. And Jay and Carol and Simon and Debbie and Sharon. And sorry, was it Kerry in Wimbledon? Hetty. Oh, hi Hetty. Teddy. Hi Teddy. Oh, he's going to finish restoring a toy rabbit for a friend. She's had it all her life. I say she. And I showed much loved signs of being played with. Oh, I'll send pictures, Teddy. Love to see that. Do a before and after. Do a makeover. My sister has my dad's teddy bear, which will be, how old would my dad be now? Oh gosh, in his it'd be 71, next one. So mid-90s, I suppose now. Yeah, it would be. Oh, he'd hate that. But she had his original teddy bear from when he was born, and oh, that was so well loved over the years. But she's completely, I think she re-knitted a lot of it. Do you remember they used to fill them with straw, and they had that kind of a smell, didn't they? And they'd did they call it a squeaker or a growler? So when you turned it upside down, it went, don't think that works anymore. Oh, I've gone back in time. Right, this reminds me of wood bark. Different, isn't it? A little bit unusual. So is it supposed to be maps? It looks a bit like that. This is EJY something or other. I'm not sure really what it is. Quite modern, quite contemporary. Showing the highs and lows geographically. Don't know, looks like wood to me. Hi Patricia. Oh, Christine's making a double Irish cross chain quilt. Oh, how lovely. Hi Anne. Hi Joanne. We've got different colours in this one as well. So that's obvs the pink. IOY H60. Are you ready for this? This is loud. Turn your sound down, my colour's too loud. But if you wanted to add that amazing pop of colour, then gosh, that's going to do it, isn't it? It's almost fluorescent green. We're just calling it green. Hi Irene, hi Bev. And it's that, oh no, we've got another one. So that's green, and then YBYH21. Look at those. Actually, that heart quilt in Stuart's book would look really good with those three, wouldn't it? The three together, look at those. Oh, you can make an amazing quilt with those. That would really stand out. You've got half a rainbow there, but they're all kind of fluorescent colours. Hi Chris, hi Lynn. Hi Sharon. Yeah, she'd love to see that. Is that Teddy's rabbit she'd love to see? I'd like to see that. Hi Chris, hi Lynn. Right, so that's the three collections there. We've got quite a varied collection for you this morning, haven't we? We've got traditional, we've got monochrome, we've got newspaper print, we've got florals, we've got maps, wood, and then we've got a couple of contemporary florals here as well. These have got the stitch marks in the background again, I like that. FWYH16 is the item number for this one. That's a pretty one with pink. I'm looking to see what that would go with. I haven't really got anything. So again, pink flowers, lots of detail in these, stitch marks in the background. Hi Maria. Carol says, hi Debbie, my teddy bear used to growl when you tipped him over, but not anymore. He'll be 66 at Christmas. Oh. I've still got I had 3 teddy bears, and I've still got all of them. One of them I sat on, he's got a flat face on one side, I remember that. Long car journey, spent the whole time sitting on little, they were called Big Ted, Middle Ted and Little Ted because I didn't have much of an imagination with names, but I've still got them all. And I think the big one will growl if you give it a good old punch. It's a bit cruel, teddy bears, isn't it? Still in there somewhere. JKYH41 is your item number here. That's the final fabric we got there. Hi, Deborah. Christian's going to put a photo on. Yes, do that. Thank you. Hi, Irene. Stay safe. Thank you. Pamela and Lynn, morning to you too. Come and say hello if you like, whenever you're watching, but if you want to just come and say hi, let us know what you're doing. If you want a reminder of anything, got any questions, if you want anything demonstrating, I'll get the sewing machine out in the 10 o'clock show. I haven't got any plans. We're just going to have a look around the 780 plus because it's on split payments and it's cold, yeah. Angela is coming up in the after the break in the second show, and this is what she's going to show you how to make, and there's a book to go with it, and we've got bundles of fabric as well. And morning, Andrea, and I might even be able to get a warm cup of coffee in the break as well, you never know. Hi Liz, hi Jeanette. Can you stay with us just for a couple of minutes and we'll go and sort this out, and Angela will come over and we'll have a chat about a bit of patchwork and a bit of cushion covers, and I'll go and put the kettle on and we'll have a hot coffee. I'll see you in a minute.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page. Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw, and as a professional sewer, I really know how important it is to use a high quality thread. Well, you think about it. You spend a lot of money on your sewing machine, you'll spend a lot of money on fabric, and you'll spend a lot of time sewing. So why let your thread let you down? I know a lot of our designers and customers prefer to use Aurifil thread. Now, this is a family business. It was established in 1983 and they're based just outside Milan in Italy. They produce superior quality threads for domestic and professional sewers alike, and they've achieved worldwide success with quilters, sewers, embroiderers and textile artists who all appreciate the versatility and the strength of these threads. It's all made from Egyptian cotton, which is grown just at the side of the River Nile, and Aurifil only use the long staple threads, which gives their thread that strength. Each one of these threads goes through 15 steps before it even gets onto a spool and then comes to you to use in your sewing projects. Now at Sewing Street, we've collaborated with Aurifil and we've brought you two collections of threads. So we have the Quiltes Collection, and these are exclusive to Sewing Street. We've done a lot of research with quilters, and these are the colours that you prefer to use. So we put a whole collection together for you. The second collection is the Essential Collection. So this is for the homemakers, for the bag makers, for the craft sewers, for the dressmakers, and again these have been proven to be the most popular colours that you're going to use. So if you want your projects to last longer and your seams to be stronger, invest in some quality thread.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Hi, I'm Wendy Orlando and I'm a craft blogger. You can find me over at thecraftyco.com, and if you do head on over and have a peep, you will see that I'm a tutorial blogger. I do all kinds of crafts, but my passions are crochet, knitting and sewing, which I've done for over 45 years. In that time, I've made lots of mistakes, but I have learnt lots of tricks and top tips that I can't wait to share. What I'd like to bring to the Sewing Street table is to show that you don't need to have gone to university or have a degree in design to be able to sew. You just need passion, a bit of courage to take the first steps, and a whole lot of patience. Oh, and an unpicker. You will need an unpicker. I do hope that you will follow me as I take my Sewing Street journey, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon.
Did you know that if you shop with Sewing Street, you're only going to pay one lot of postage all day? That's one payment of £3.95, no matter what you're buying. And you can check out as many times as you like without having to pay another delivery charge. So shop online at www.sewingstreet.com, or you can order via our call centre, which is 0800 001 4433.
Hello, my name's Fiona Hesford and I'm founder of Sew Girl. I'm based down in Worthing on the south coast of England, and I've got a range of sewing patterns which I've developed over the last few years, which are projects for loose fitting clothing, everyday simple garments, things that I really love to wear myself. And I'm going to be bringing you them to Sewing Street over the next few months. So I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.
Welcome back again. Now Andrew's with us in just a second. I need to take you through the kits that we have for you. Oh, Tammy. Oh, what have you done? She's seeking forgiveness. So should we have a, we'll see if we forgive you. Let's see what you would do. Got to get within 6 feet of all household appliances as my mum is visiting this week, and I prefer not to do housework under normal circumstances. My house is a pit, except for my sewing room, of course. Can you not wait till 1 o'clock? The rule is 1 o'clock. You're not forgiven. No, sorry, Tammy, not forgiven for that one at all. You can go stand in the corner for a bit. Okay, so, but with your back to the wall so you can still watch the telly. How's that? This is the cushion that Angela's made, and we've got the kit and the book all bundled together for you to be able to make it as well. And that's it. That's what you're going to be able to make. And in here, you've got an amazing book which is absolutely jam-packed full of 25 projects. I'll show those in a second, but then we're going to give you the fabrics to go with them to make very same said cushion that you just saw on the picture as well. So you've actually got 2.5 metres of fabric here all together, and the book as well, which is worth £14.49 for £35.99. So we'll have a look through the book again later on, but let's just have a quick flick through so you get an idea of what it's like. Same book in all the bundles, so just have a quick flick through. And oh, see, it's not all quilts, which I like as well, because quilting isn't all about bed quilts, is it? It's about bag. Oh, that's nice. Oh, all the kits are limited. Oh gosh, okay. That means we haven't got many left. Do you know, that means if I did get a cup of coffee, you might have noticed that one there. It is decaf, so I'm not going to be hyper. 1/2 metre of the Emily Roses on Pink is included. And then there is 1 metre of Gradiente salmon. I had that in a restaurant the other week. And then you have 1 metre of the cream as well. So 2.5 metres of fabric, and you're almost £15 worth of book for £35.99. So you're making a bit of a saving there of around about £5. Some of that is available by the 1/2 metre as well, if you have a look on the website for that one. So the next one is that a posh duck egg, I called it. Love these colours. So again, same book, but this time you have 1/2 metre of these delicate roses on the tealy kind of colour, and then you have 1 metre of the cream and 1 metre of the, I like that combination. That looks very upmarket, doesn't it? Hi Maureen. Oh, I've got lots of messages. Sorry, I didn't scroll down. 1 metre of grey gradiente. sounds a little bit like a school song in Latin. 1 metre of the cream, and then 1 metre of the Pratchett rosin as well. So 2.5 metres of fabric, and your book for £33.99. You're going to love your 680 Maureen. We've sold out of that one now, so well done for getting that one on split payments. You must have ordered early on Friday before it sold out. The third selection we have for you, again, you've got the same book. Oh, I like this. I like this combination. So we have 1 metre of the roses on, we're calling that one teal, I think, weren't we? Colour flowing teal. And then we have 1 metre of the cream. And then 1/2 metre of the gradiente red. So again, you've got enough fabric there to make the cushion cover that Angela's going to show you how to make in just a second. And of course, you don't have to use it for that cushion cover. You could make something else from it if you wanted to. Sophia loves making cushions. I like making cushions, actually. Right, so just before we go over to Angela, what we're going to do? So I can't... Oh, let's have a look at the book. Wasn't listening. So here we go. Weekend Makes Patchwork. 25 projects. And she says it's quick and easy, so they must be quick and easy. But again, not just the quilts. Morning, Janice. Morning, Rachel. As always, the basic techniques and equipment that you're going to need for the projects, but let's get on to those projects. And again, easy things, achievable projects for a beginner to sew. If it's children that you're teaching how to sew, you've got some nice little projects in here as well. Maybe it's the first time you've used a sewing machine. Maybe you've bought somebody a sewing machine for Christmas. And a book like this would be ideal to go with it because, again, they're achievable. If quilting is the route that you want to go, if that's the journey that you want to take, or patchwork, not necessarily quilting, then you've got lots of ideas in here that aren't kind of bed quilts. So they're a little bit less intimidating than a huge quilt. But you've got the same kind of techniques. That's the cushion, look, that Angela's going to show us how to make in a second. But you've got techniques that you're learning that you would be able to use on larger quilts as well. So it's a very useful book to have. Hi Robbie and Barbara and Sylvia. 115 of you on Facebook this morning. I haven't even looked on YouTube because I've lost the app. I like that fabric. Well, I like the project. It's not about the fabric, it's about the project. But very stylish, but useful, purposeful, simple projects for you to make. So if you wanted to go for the book on its own, it's £14.49. But remember, that is included in the bundle. Sophia's impatient. She's an impatient crafter. Like to see things come together. I'm a beginner. I've also bought my 8-year-old a mini sewing machine for a birthday, so you can learn together. What a lovely idea! 8's a lovely age, isn't it, to learn how to sew? My oldest granddaughter's 5, a little bit too young. She'll put a needle in and pull it out and then get bored. But I think 8 is a lovely age to learn how to sew. Anyway, I'm not alone. I've been joined by Angela. Morning.
Morning.
We've got
Sunday.
We've got a regular little Sunday thing going on.
Yes, we have. Whether people like it or not.
Yep, you're stuck with us.
Yeah.
So what are you going to show? Oh, no, first of all, what do you think to the book?
Oh, it's a lovely book. It's very inspiring. The colours are very fresh. And modern, as you said, you know, the fabric inspires you. Yeah. But all the you know, the projects are sort of modern things. You know, they're very easy, and it says weekend makes, and she has actually put, you know, easy in the different levels, so you can sort of you know, choose what you want to do. If you, it does, I mean, you could probably do it in a weekend. Some of them are in a day. I mean, there's easy things like that goes from a pin cushion, and then more complicated things like the bag. But I just wanted to show you this page here because the cushion that I'm doing, I don't know if you can see that, you've actually got the lovely cushion there and this lovely throw to match it. And so you can, you know, mix and match. And then there's another bigger cushion. If I show you on the next page, there's a bigger cushion which is sort of similar technique. So you can just sort of build on that, couldn't you?
I like that. As I like the projects in here because they're using the same kind of techniques that if you're making a big quilt.
Yes.
So you're learning those things, but the projects are achievable.
Yes. Because you get intimidated and you do lose your way a bit, you know, with a big quilt. I have a lot of my students, and they might invest in a lot of money. It can be a lot of money. And they sort of lose their way, and I have to sort of bring them back and go, come on, we can finish this. You know, it often happens, doesn't it, with them. You sort of lose your way, something goes a bit wrong, and you need a bit of maybe you need to walk away and then come back to it. But no, it's a lovely book. I love all the colours in it. It's just really modern and fresh. So the cushion, could I have the cushion and then I can just...
Can you catch?
I can.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. So it all starts with, obviously, with this cross and the squares in the middle, and then it just goes out, and then there's all these little triangles. So it's quite simple. It sort of grows organically from the beginning, and once you mastered that, that is a block. So you could just repeat it. Yeah. You know, and then you've got the borders like that. Then you've got the quilting, and then they've just made it sort of horizontal. I mean, it's vertical, sorry. But they do say, I think it's because it's sort of inches, but about 1.3 centimetres, the lines. And I'm thinking, oh, I don't know if I can keep to that. And it is sort of reckoning on that I've quilted it perfectly uniformly. So what I did, and they do say in the book, is just stitch in the ditch where you can when you go across. So use your actual design when you're following it, so that you can keep on the straight and narrow. So they're not quite uniform, but they are sort of they're definitely going around the border. So don't let that intimidate you, because, you know, quilting, after you've done this perfect block, I know that's a lovely colourway, isn't it? It's quite unusual.
It's quite soft, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And then obviously you get extra with the cream, because the back is just a, you know, the envelope. So that's fine, just an envelope one. So my colourway is this beautiful teal and red, isn't it? Look at that.
Do you know, they're not too... If I walked into a fabric store, I wouldn't go for those two, but they're perfect together.
Yes. Well, I think the same with that, really. Yeah. That salmon and that sort of... I always think of food when I think of colours, and it reminds me of sort of cherry yoghurt or something.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm a bit hungry now. But I had to be careful, because I think if you had the cross in the red on the... Yeah. That might look like the Red Cross. Yes. So I had to be careful with that. But then I thought, well, maybe you could make it a little sort of special cushion that you could hold if you're upset about something, you know, for children or something. Yeah. You know? I don't know. But anyway, so I've done it this way. But you have enough fabric to change it, and you can change the border as well. You don't have to match it in with that. You can have it matching with the salmon. So let's start. So if you can see the sort of layout of my... Here. There we go. So that's the beginning of it. Right, so how you do it, I'm going to separate it like this. I'm going to pin it, and then we're going to get sewing.
Anne's asking if you made your dress.
I did make my dress.
She says it's lovely.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Anne. Yeah, I do try and make, you know, put my money where my mouth is. I do try and wear what I've made, because people do ask that, and then their face falls if I say no. They go, oh.
I very rarely make clothes these days. I like shopping.
Oh, I love shopping too. It's a difficult thing to, you know. But I often find, you know, it's the fabrics that you fall in love with. I'm just going to move this forward. I hope we can do that. Otherwise, I'm going to be, like I call it, Superman, sewing like Superman or Superwoman. Okay, put that down. This is a new machine for me. It's got the button for the foot to go up and down. So it's 1/4 of an inch as well. So
we'll have a look more closely at this machine in the 10 o'clock show. It's getting used to it is a little bit like getting used to an automatic car if you've been driving a manual. Ooh, your foot's going to be going up and down on that clutch when you haven't even got a clutch pedal. Oh,
exactly. Because it automatically lifts when you cut it. See, like that, and that's a bit odd for me.
We're going to use a 680, but lost the foot pedal. Sorry, Jane, if you're watching.
Yeah, how did that happen?
I don't know. It'll be around somewhere. So what have you got on the go at the moment? Have you got any working on your wardrobe or projects?
Well, I've always got lots of stuff I've got a big box of half-finished things that I need to finish. But I'm always, you know, making things for my students to make. So we're doing a rucksack at the moment, so I had to quickly finish that. And then, you know, just be you know, really sure about what I'm doing and how they're making it. They're doing like they're doing the letterbox zip for the first time. So I like to teach them, try and teach them, not just sort of following me, you know, do this and then they do it, but I like for them to understand where they're going.
Yeah.
Because then they'll remember then.
My dad used to say, I'll show you how to do it, but I'm not doing it for you.
Yes.
And that could be anything from changing the brake pads to putting block paving down. But I'll show you how to do it, but not doing it.
I often start pinning and then walk away. You don't do all the pins, you just got to do a few pins. And then I come back and said, oh, you haven't pinned. And I said, I'm not pinning it all the way, standing, it's pinning it all the way for you. And they were, I only thought we needed one pin. I know, I think we needed a few more.
So where are you teaching?
Where do I teach? In Herne Bay. I've got a studio in a community hub, arts community hub. So it's a lovely, you know, it's got an art gallery and a cafe.
Oh,
I've got
nice.
a lovely room upstairs. So I'm going to iron, because you should iron as you go with this. Because you've got to make sure that the seams go, you know, sort of nestle. Right, I've got the little thing here.
So ironing to one side, yeah?
Yes, I'm going to sort of, all of it sort of emanates from the middle, so it's sort of all the seams go from the middle to the outside. So I'll just do that. I think it's on. No, it's not on.
Julia says that 99% of us, she thinks, would have PhDs. What's a PhD? I know what a UFO is, but what's a PhD?
Oh, this isn't on.
Is it turned on at the socket?
It says max. Well, my machine's connected to that. So, oh no. Wonders of technology, eh? Oh dear.
Oh,
no, I'll blame Elliot for that. He plugged it in for me. He didn't turn it on.
Oh, he's going to lose his job again if he's not careful.
Yeah.
He loses it nearly every week. PhD, projects half done.
Yeah. Have you got lots of them?
I can't do it. If I'm starting something, I have to finish it. Even if I'm up all night doing it, I can't put something down and then come back to it. Sally Ann's watching. She's loving the show, Angela, particularly your dress.
Oh, thank you.
Sending hugs.
Yeah, it's got butterflies on. You can't really see it, but it's got butterflies. I've had it a long time. It's like one of those fabrics that I had a long time, and I cut into it, and then, you know, I think it was about a year ago that I made this dress. So this is we're going to make the cross now. So I'm going to put that there, and then sew across there. Yeah, you've just got to have a little iron handy with you, because it just keeps it all nice and neat. And I do actually use like spray starch, you know, like a best press as well.
Right.
So to keep me on the straight and narrow. It's that one there. It makes it all nice and crisp.
We do have those little irons in stock, actually. The reason I like the little ones is because I've got a big iron, I've got a steam generator on, and I love it. But it's in another room, it takes ages to heat up, and I would imagine it takes quite a lot of power. So if you're only pressing open or pressing a few seams, that's quite handy to have at the side of your sewing machine. And it's proper steam iron, put water in it, and it gives you quite a blast of steam as well if you wanted to use it for a travel iron or something.
Hang on.
Maybe you're doing a bit of caustic art.
And also, that's one, it's a grab, so you look at it and you could just sort of grab it quickly as well.
So is this where you've pressed the seams in opposite directions so they butt up together at the joins?
Yes, yeah. There's not too many joins.
It's nice to have them perfect though, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. You do have to aim for that from the beginning with patchwork, don't you?
Yeah. Well, it's so noticeable if they're out.
Yes.
I mean, don't beat yourself up about it, obviously, but it's so satisfying when things work like that.
Makes some good noises, doesn't it, this machine?
I love the noises. I like the sound when you switch it on.
What does it say? Hello?
One day.
That's what it should say. They should program it, shouldn't they?
Oh, it's not out there already. I'm sure somebody's working on it.
Yeah.
So it'll be like your sat nav. So you'll get to the end of your stitches and it'll say,
yes.
turn around when possible.
I was thinking, Debbie, you've done a good job. That's what it should be saying. That kind of thing. Or make a U-turn and quickly.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this machine's saying, Angela, I think I'm too big a machine for you.
And then they'll personalise them with celebrity voices.
Yes. I'll have Dawn French, I think. Right. So I'm going to just have that going outways like that. Also, I suppose it depends on if you've got a light or dark colour as well. Because if that was cream in the middle, then you might see your seams. So you press to the darker.
Okay.
So that's my little cross. Yeah, it's a little line. It's sweet, isn't it? Right, so that's that. And then we've got to put these two on here. I'm just going to check that I've got it the right way. Because the instructions are very good. They're all lovely photos, aerial photos. So it's just brilliant.
I do like, you know, when we were saying about the pictures being bright.
Yes.
It makes you want to read more, doesn't it? When you've
Yeah, the
got
lighting's obviously very good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they're a bit dull.
And lots of pictures as well.
Yeah.
I'd rather follow lots and lots of pictures than lots and lots of words.
Oh, yeah. I go a bit word blind. I have to sit down and get my highlighter out, highlight the key things. Because I'm in my classes, people bring anything. I teach everything. And so they could bring, you know, just one week and not tell me, oh, I'm going to make a fitted, you know, wool overcoat or something. And I've suddenly got to go, oh, okay, we'll sort out the darts in that. So, yeah. I like it. I like a challenge.
Sorry, is that again?
I like a challenge.
Yeah, I was going to say,
on my toes.
Have you ever had anybody turn up with something that you just couldn't fathom out?
Well, we've had to sit down a few times, you know, and have a look, because what it is, it's the instructions. I can see what they're doing. I'm thinking, well, I want you as a student to be able to follow instructions when I'm not there.
Yeah.
You need to know what the kind of thing they're trying to achieve and what it looks like, not really me. Because also it's might be an American pattern or something like that, so they might have different words. So
I think it's quite nice as well. My daughter made a pair of trousers yesterday, and she was following the pattern. It had got an elasticated waist with a channel around the waist, but she was using viscose instead of the cotton that it recommended. So when it was saying fold over and press around the waistband, you couldn't press the fabric.
No.
So she figured out an easier way of doing it using the overlocker, actually.
Yeah.
And I like to see that. So yeah, there's your pattern, there's your instructions, but I think I can improve on that.
Yes.
But it was nice to see her doing it, not me advising.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, and also that all depends on the fabric, doesn't it,
Yes,
what you're using?
yeah.
Because that will behave in different ways.
Yeah.
Because people do get het up with, I mean, like this, you know, I'm trying to sort of match everything, but, you know, fabric moves, doesn't it? Let's not get all hung up on it. It's very, it stretches one way and not so much the other way, even if you think it is quite stable. What's that doing in there?
Hi Sue, she's morning everyone.
Morning, Sue.
Oh no, would usually at work, but I had a car crash on Thursday. The
Oh.
second one this year. Both not her fault. Oh, I hope you're okay, Sue. Oh dear. Good thing to come out of the... Oh dear. Well, thank you for getting in touch. So I'm glad you're enjoying the show. Merit says, morning ladies, I'm thinking of making a crossword cushion. Would it be best to do the squares as demonstrated this morning or cut with a stripology ruler and place accordingly? I've not used a stripology ruler.
I've got a stripology.
Have you?
Yeah.
Could you use it for this?
Yeah. The only thing with stripology, the one I've got is just in half-inch increments. So, so there's a few here that are, let me see, 2 5/8, and 2 5/8, and
Oh, okay.
and that thing. So that is that. I looked at that and thought, oh, I might not go all the way with the stripology.
Okay. We've got some tools coming up later, haven't we? So let's have a look.
Right, I've just organised those. I'm going to sew those together. There's 4 of those. One of them I've already prepped already, but I'll just do these.
So this is the page from the book, and that's the cushion. So very different in different colours, isn't it? So
Yeah.
you can use whatever you like. So we're up to this bit now, aren't we? Very simply explained. The most popular colourway is this one. At the moment, I think we have rather an elegant viewership this morning.
And why wouldn't we, Debbie?
It's posh people
and
on
why
a Sunday
wouldn't we?
morning. Absolutely, it's everything we expect. Mind you, are you still in bed? A couple of weeks ago, everyone that was messaging was still in bed.
Well, they can watch us in bed. They might have one of those fancy televisions comes out the bottom of the bed. I aspire to that.
I haven't even got a TV in the bedroom.
Oh.
If I'm awake, I'm up. Work to do, you know?
I have, so I can escape the children.
Do you always pin?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a pinner. I love pinning. But I have the clips as well. But as you can see, this the triangle sort of hangs over the edge there as well. So you just sew down it, but you need it to do that like that. You can see, so it goes there, hangs over. Right, I'm going to sew.
Right, Sean does PhD, projects half done, UFOs, unfinished objects. WIP's, not heard of that one either, work in progress. And various names for PIMs.
Aren't they all work in
Projects
progress,
in
though?
motion.
Aren't they all work in progress?
They are, I suppose, aren't they?
Because
Everything's work in
you haven't
progress, it's
abandoned
finished.
them, have you? You've sort of...
That's true. Oh, Leslie said it'd be brilliant to have an unpick function on a sewing machine.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
An
good, wouldn't
undo.
it? Yeah.
Just press it undo, go back, and, you know.
Paul, producer, would like to do that with his life.
Oh! That's bringing the tone down, isn't it, for a Sunday?
Oh.
We need to know more details.
Thank you for all of your comments. It's lovely to have you all on board this morning. Bonnie says, I wish you were here to help with my storage cube bottom. It's a nightmare.
Oh.
The first time you get it right, the penny will drop and you think, why didn't I do that?
What does it store?
Yeah, what have you got in it, Bonnie? Pauline says, glad you're okay. Sorry, I think you're talking to somebody else. Hi, Anna Maria, what a lovely name. So we have got the posh lot today. So Jean is in bed, lying in bed watching with a cup of coffee.
It's just Ange and Debbie here, isn't it?
Ange and Debs.
Yes. Yep. So you could get this book, start it straight away, couldn't
Yeah.
you? For next weekend.
We frequently put together bundles of fabric to make things from books, but very rarely give you the book as well.
Oh.
So it's quite a nice deal, isn't it? The book on its own, by the way, is £14.49. But if you go for the fabric bundle, again, you don't have to use the fabric to go with it. But if you love the fabrics anyway, you're actually making I think it's about a £5 saving, something like that. So there's the book on its own. But there's more than just quilts in here. 25 projects altogether. I mean, even the duvet cover's only got a bit of patchwork across the top. It's not like the whole duvet. So, again, affordable things to do. Remember the first thing you ever made?
Oh, yeah, you've asked me that. It was that puppet.
Did I ask
Little
you that?
felt
Oh,
puppet
yes.
that I coveted the hair. It was in the craft cupboard. I was desperate to get this silky hair. What about you?
No, I can't remember. I still got, we were talking about teddy bears in the last hour. I had big, middle and small. I've got Middle Ted's waistcoat, which is in a purple paisley.
And you made that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I made the most amazing buttonholes. I cut holes in the fabric.
Oh.
Didn't finish them, just cut holes. The buttons went through. I was happy with that.
Well, actually, a lot of my students don't realise when they actually look at buttons, they go, oh, and we obviously got the facility on the machine, and they don't realise how it's made, or they look at it, where it's the zigzag, and you don't realise. So did you learn subsequently how to do a buttonhole? Did you learn subsequently how to do a buttonhole?
We used to do them by hand.
Yeah,
yeah. It was like...
With embroidery thread?
Yes, and do like a blanket stitch with a knot in the top. Somehow, I can't remember. That was a long time ago.
Oh yes, you loop it round and go back. So it's all a blanket stitch going up one side and down the other,
yes,
isn't it?
But really, really close together. But it's like blanket stitch and knots. Yeah, did a lot of sewing by hand when I was younger.
Yeah.
Jill's still in bed. Oh, she's even had a breakfast in bed. She has a family coming for lunch.
Well, I hope she cleans up the crumbs. This is what you do on a Sunday.
In bed? No, that was wrong.
Right, so we've got big triangles. So a lot of the instructions are squares, cut out squares.
Right.
And the large triangles, you have to cut out 3, and then you have to cut them across. Okay. And then you've got the little triangles and they're squares, and you cut them across. So, you know, it's not too difficult, the cutting out. It's not... So you're going to lay that across there, and I'm going to pin it. And then I'm going to cut off these ears after.
We've got about 15 minutes or so, just to let you know.
Oh, have we?
Gone quick, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, go on, you can have 20, Paul says.
Can we? Oh, that's nice.
It's just creating more minutes in the hours. It's what producers do, so you can do that.
Right, well, if that's the case, I better put speed on. It's like anything, you know, once you've got everything cut out, you're on your way, aren't you? It's the cutting out, isn't it, that's... Oops. What is happening?
I like the cutting out, though.
Do you? Oh, doesn't like that.
Is it arguing with you?
Oh, should we forget that one? I've got another one.
So we'll edit this out later.
Yes, I just need to unpick that, but I have got another one. Right, let's rewind on that one. But I will do a bit of, hang on, let me just do a bit of practice, just in case something's not right.
Okay. Meanwhile, Jill says, can we give you some tips for sewing with metallic thread? Yeah, I can. Only use the metallic thread in the top of your sewing machine, not in the bobbin. Sew with a longer stitch and sew quite slow, and use a metallic needle. Reason being, metallic thread has got metal in it. When it gets hot, which it will do as it passes through the needle, it's going to expand and it can snap really easily. If you have a metallic needle, they're actually coated on the inside of the eye, so it allows the thread to pass through without causing too much friction, so you're going to get a better stitch. So a longer stitch will also help to cut down on the heat. That's going to be the problem, is the heat stretching the thread as you start sewing with it. And always have a practice, first of all, on a spare piece of fabric, just to make sure that you've got the tension right. I don't normally advise adjusting tension on sewing machines for anybody unless you're doing specialist stitching, but that may help with the metallic thread, depending on, because some of the metallic threads can be quite fibrous, can't they? And I think those are the ones that tend to cause more friction. If it's something very smooth, I'm sure Madeira do a really smooth metallic thread that might be a little bit easier to use. But to be patient and practice. Now just really quickly as well, the overlocker machine, the machine here, you're going to have a look at this in the next hour. This is the Juki Air Thread Overlocker, but already half of the stock has sold out this morning. I think our split payments may have something to do with it. So you can actually split the cost of this machine into 5 equal payments. So if you've seen it before, this is our top of the range air thread overlocker. It's the Juki. Excuse me, I'll take you through more of the details in the next hour. It's very, very simple to thread. Yeah, now on the split payments, it just means that you're going to spread the cost from now until next February. But again, and those split payments will be £219. So you can get this home today for £219 plus your postage, okay? And then your next payment will be in a month and a month and a month, taking you all the way over Christmas and all the way through to February. So just thought I'd let you know that, because if you were interested, half the stock sold out, and that's just from this morning, so I just thought I'd let you know. Are we sorted over there?
Yes, it's because the foot goes down on its own, and because I just put it down and then just didn't adjust it, I didn't get it right on the fabric, so like to do a bit of chewing, you know, normal stuff.
They all do that, don't they?
Yeah, it's just that your little foot goes down automatically, like so. I just want to make sure it's on the fabric, okay. Oh, I think I'm going to do it again. Oh dear, oh dear. That's it.
But
Because I haven't used this machine before.
I was going to say, well done for a machine that you've never used before. That's quite a complex.
Because last time I had it, and I didn't realise it was a stylus for this, and I was thinking, oh, my finger's a bit big. Right, so we might forget that one, but I can show you how, because it is all a mirror image. So whatever you do on one side, you do on the other. So you're going to make that square go out like that, and then just do it that side.
It's so satisfying to see things come together like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like doing a jigsaw puzzle.
Exactly. So there's one I've done already. So you can see that that's going to go like that. And I'm going to get the red one for there. Put that on there.
So it's literally growing, like it says, symmetrically from that cross in the centre.
Yeah, yeah. Put him away.
And like Andrew said earlier, you've now got a block. If you wanted to carry on making that, maybe make up 12, then you've got a quilt. Make a bag, table runners, placemats, maybe make it up in some Christmas colours.
It's probably got a name, hasn't it? It's not Flying Duck or something, but it's probably, do you know what I mean? It's probably got a name.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't know.
If you need threads and stuff, have a look on the website for those as well. We've got quite a comprehensive website nowadays.
You take those out so I know what I'm doing. I'm going to put that one there.
Still got over 100 of you watching on Facebook. Alan says the first buttonholes are actually made in the 13th century. I remember it well. Sometimes it feels like that.
Yeah. Right, so you've got those. Get my little iron. I'm still keeping that square flat on the back as I iron it. Right. And then they go on those little bits, and then they go on the end there.
Okay, so we're up to step 6.
I think so, yeah. Let's have a look. Well, that's there. I think I've gone a bit too far with that. Let's have a look at this one.
That's been really busy for the book. It is only available at the moment if you go for the bundle as well. So if you don't want the fabric to make the project, then you've got extra fabric for your collection. Did you have any fabric left over, by the way?
Yeah, I had quite a bit actually.
Did you?
Yeah. That's it. I'm going to give that a little iron.
I do like those colours, you know. It's going to look very different to the salmon and...
yes, they're unusual. It's quite a modern
yogurt
thing. You could have it as just a statement piece, couldn't you? Just one cushion.
Yeah.
So they go on there like that. And then I'll just sew that one. And then I'll show you the sides as well. So you've got to just get that in there. So at this point, if you can see there, don't look at my loopy sewing, but you can see that you really want those really to match here, because as it goes out, you know, if it shifted over the other side, you'd be able to see that. So, you know, you could get a ruler to, just those seams must match all the way, as your, this should be matching as well going down. Yeah. I only know that because I might have done it a bit wonky when I first did the sample. I thought, oh, that's not going to be good enough.
Susan wants to know if we're going to get any of the 570s back in stock again. Don't know, but I shall ask the question. I'll let you know. Do you have favourite fabrics to work with or favourite colours to work with? What are you drawn to?
Well, I do like viscose because I think we all wear that. You know, this has got like a viscose. It's all the kind of, it just hangs, it drapes well.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest to sew with. And obviously for teaching, I just love the cotton, you know, 100% cotton. Actually, I'm just going to make that go that way.
I like neutral colours as well. I've rarely worked with bold colours. I like greys and
Yes.
beiges.
Well, they're a bit more subtle, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they go with more things. You know, if you're thinking about in your house, they just go with more, don't they?
Or if you're making things to gift, I suppose.
Yeah. Right, so I think I've got to have some other bigger triangles on the back here. On this one, let me have a look.
Loads of time, got 10 minutes.
Yep. So on here, just looking there. It's like a little house we're building here. So that's there, and I'm going to stick those on there. Yeah, because it does overlap, so we can get a point.
Kirsten says, is this okay for a beginner to do? I've tried doing something similar, but it was a disaster.
I would say yes. You know, follow the instructions, the lovely photos.
Yeah. It's not actually a complicated design, is it? It's squares and triangles.
Yeah.
No,
Just have to be accurate with your sort of cutting out as well.
Yeah. And the cutter, is that the rotary cutter? We've got those on the website. Got quite a few different brands on there, actually.
Yes. I use the retractable one.
Yeah. And you'll need a ruler and mat as
Yes.
well, and those are on the website too.
Exactly. And all at the front, they'll say all that you need. Have I done that wrong way? Look at that. Silly Billy.
Have you?
Yeah, I've done it the wrong way. Let me unpick that. Sorry, amongst yourselves. You can see how easy it is. But anyway, if I'd looked at the photo, I wouldn't have done it the wrong way, would I?
You're on live, Tally Angela.
I know.
These things happen.
There, if I actually put it, see that one? No, that one's, if you'd actually lay it out as you want it, like that, and you know that that line's going along there,
Yeah.
then you'd be all right, you see. There, no, you see. There, and then flip it back. Anyway, look, I'm making the mistakes so that you don't have to. See?
I do them all the time.
Yeah.
Happens, doesn't it? It's normally when I'm talking or if I'm not concentrating enough.
Well, that's me. And then flip it back and think, yeah, that's right. It all fits into place. You do know when you've gone wrong anyway, in something like this. It's when you've gone too far, you know, and you put a lovely sleeve in the wrong way and things like that. It's a bit slow for me. Sometimes I want to whip it out quicker. You know, the cutter on it. Do you like using pins? Do you use pins a lot?
Depends what it is. For something like this, I probably wouldn't. If I'm dressmaking, oh yes.
Yeah.
Tons of them.
As I said, I have... Oh, it's doing that again. I have sort of best pressed... oops. All my cotton so that it is all lovely and flat and neat. So I probably didn't need to pin. I don't know what's happened. I think it's my bobbin. My bobbin's a bit naughty. That's all right. Excuse me.
Well, don't take any nonsense from it, Angela.
I know. Look at it.
Give it a talking to.
What's happening? It's got
Give it a stern
It's got
look.
a few hairs coming out of it. We might just be able to finish the demo if it behaves.
Remember, if you do just want to go for the book, well, you can't. Only available in the bundle, so you're going to get 2.5 metres of fabric to go with it as well. We've got 5 or 6 minutes, so I'll have a quick roundup of what we've had and what we've got left for you in the show shortly.
That's it. Right, there. Oh, it is that bobbin. It's got stuck. Right, just a little bit of an iron, and then I can show you how the one side goes. So you have your middle sort of rectangle, you can see there, and then you do one square, and then your three little, or your two big triangles and your little one, and then you do the same here, but then you add this extra bit on, so that goes. Are you watching? Look, the magic happens here when I go like that.
Oh yeah.
You see. See, that's what happened to me. I thought, oh, how's it going to make a square? So, and then you flip that. So you've got your other one there and then your other one there. So, and also, I mean, you will see it. You've got to match up these.
Yeah.
That's gone a bit wonky doodles there. But anyway, so you've got to match up those. So when you flip it back. But, you know, so then you do the other one and then you've got your square.
Do the instructions tell you how to actually make up the cushion back as well, the envelope?
Yes. Would you want me to go through that? Have we got much?
Yeah, if you
do
don't
want me
mind.
to go?
About 5 minutes.
Well, I can go through it. So you've got your. So once you've done all your quilt, you put it on your wadding, like that, and then you will quilt through it. And as I said, I sort of picked my lines here where I thought it was easier to stitch in the ditch.
Yeah.
And then the oh yeah, and you have your backing. Sorry, it's a sandwich. So you have your let me see what I've got here. Those are the two smaller bits. So you'd have. Let me just do that. So that's like that. That's like that. Quilt on the top, and then you have a nice back here. So you don't just have that wadding showing inside your you know, your cushion. And then the
nice
back.
as well, because I don't like to put wadding straight onto the sewing machine because it just pushes loads of lint inside it. So it's nice to have a backing. Yeah.
And then you've got the two pieces here that overlap, and then they will be, then you just finish off one, I think it's maybe 1 centimetre, and then you turn it over 2. So that's a lovely neat edge there. And then you do the same with that one as well. And then you overlap it like that. So if you can imagine, you've got your quilt top. So that's all lovely and neat, and you finished off those edges. Like that, and then you get your quilt top. Imagine the quilt top's there, right sides together, like that, and then you just sew all the way around. And you're thinking, oh, how do I get it open? But you get it open through the hole there.
That's got to
like
be the
that.
easiest way to make a cushion cover, hasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I've got a dressmaking question for you from Pauline, who says she needs help with small circles on dressmaking patterns. Some have size markings and some don't. Does she need to tailor tack them all?
Oh. So small, what, like a mark? Sometimes they're a mark
Small
to say
circles.
where you've got to sew to.
I would say
You know,
mark
with the
them all.
corner.
Yeah, and it could be the end of a zip.
Yes.
Or I'd mark every single mark that you.
Yeah,
that you
I might be a
see.
bit naughty and I don't, and then I have to go back and get the paper pattern out. So it's probably better to do that.
And do
then
you
have a
tailor
colour
tack?
code. When I can't mark like dark fabric, patterned fabric,
Yeah.
I do, old school. But everything else, I would do, with a pen or chalk. But I would colour code as well. The big circles should be blue tailor tacks and others red,
That's a
just
good
so
idea.
you know what you're doing. But yeah, I would. That is a good advice to just mark all your pattern pieces because you might not need them.
Yeah.
The chances are you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, better safe, Pauline. Where are we? Think we're up to date there.
Yeah.
Deborah's here, Elaine's here, Sue's here, Caroline and Chrissy and
Oh, we're all
and
here.
Steph. We're all here this morning.
Have I got time to sew this bit?
Yeah. Couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So to
that's
obviously
what we do.
mark your seams, I put a pin in there, one side, and then I put a pin in there. And then I
Pauline
can
says
go-
thank you. Glad to be of help. Send pictures when you made it.
What's she making?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yes, let us know now, Pauline. Morning, Julie.
It's
it
not
this
that. There we go. Oh, I think it's my bobbin, I'm afraid to say. It's not been wound very well. So, sorry about that, folks.
think that machine needs a jolly good talking to in the break.
Oh, it's not. It's just naughty bobbin. Bobbins.
Don't say
You
naughty
just-
bobbin. That's an name of my dog, and she might
Oh.
be watching. She'll think she's in trouble now.
Oh. Bobbin. Oh.
I know. She's going to have an operation on her leg.
Has she? She had an accident.
Torn ligament.
Oh. What have you been doing with her, Debbie?
She's very heavy, and she's only 3, so she's very bouncy.
Oh, that,
So
yes.
apparently
Just be
she's-
careful where they jump
Yeah.
off and things, don't
Yeah.
you?
So yeah, a bit worried about that, but she'll be fine.
Has it got to be done?
Yeah. She's not. She doesn't limp a lot on the leg, but she is using the other leg more, so she's got muscle wastage on the damaged one.
Really?
So
So it's been
she's-
that long
Yeah.
that she's been poorly?
They can't book her in for the operation for a few weeks, so meanwhile she's going to have hydrotherapy and try and build the muscle up again. It's sad, isn't it?
So did she just come back from a walk, limping?
She started not when, she doesn't limp when she walks. She'll come back, have a lie down, and then limp a bit. And I thought it was a foot. I thought she'd broken a toe or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I took her to the vets eventually, he said it's like a piece of rope that's coming untangled, and if she doesn't have the operation, it'll snap.
Ooh, it sounds painful. Is she on painkillers?
She is. She's painkillers every day. They don't
These
let you know when they're in
dogs.
pain, do they? Anyway, she'll be fine. She's a Staffordshire Bull Terrier American Bulldog cross. So she looks like a tall, skinny Staffy, but she weighs about 6 stone.
6 stone, really?
Very heavy.
Oh, I'm sorry about this machine misbehaving, but I'm not going to finish that one, but I will.
I just wouldn't
show
talk
you.
to it. In the corner with that machine, I should imagine. I've got it
Yeah.
at 10 o'clock, haven't I?
Oh, yeah,
nice.
but just check that. We'll sort out the bobbin for you, Debbie, because that is just a naughty bobbin. Oh, it's not. It's not.
No,
No,
she's
it's a
a
lovely
good
bobbin.
girl. Good girl.
sorry.
Oh, now she'll want cheese.
Oh, cheese.
My dog will do anything for cheese. I look like
I'd do anything for cheese.
but I look like the best dog trainer when we're out for a walk, because we can have a pack of wolves heading towards us. But if I've got a piece of cheese, she'll sit for it. And I tell her that she's
Any
a good
particular
girl.
cheese?
Oh, any old cheese. We do like a bit of the Pilgrim cheddars.
Oh,
Extra mature is a favourite.
right.
But if I say good girl, she'll sit because she thinks she's going to get some cheese for being a good girl. Anyway, it's not about my bobbin.
How's that? And
That's
then I've
going
got
really
strips for the. I can just mock it up for you, and you can see.
Yeah, we're just about out of time, actually.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, out of time, out of time. So what I did, quickly, I showed there's a thin strip, and then I did it in red this time. So I could have done it in the blue, but I thought I want more. I love red.
I like the red with it.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? Is that right? No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's going to go down there. Yeah. So I
Yeah,
just
that
added
looks
more
really
red.
good.
Whereas this one, I brought in the cream. I didn't want so much cream in that, but I thought it just added something nice to put a little bit of cream in there.
And you've got plenty of fabric to have a play with us as
Yeah,
well. So
you do.
You come up with your own designs.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're
you see, we do so
welcome.
much nattering. You thought you finished that.
Yes, I did. Oh dear,
we'll
I'm
see you
slower
again.
than I thought.
No. We'll see you again in about an hour.
Yes, we'll do.
And we're going to be looking at creative grids. We have some threads I wanted to show you. These are the Aurifil exclusive with Sewing Street. So this is the Essential Collection. And in here, oh, I can never open these on cue. There we go. Well, you got those basically. All of those different colours. There's 10 of them in total. I know I bash on about it, but quality threads are really important. You spend a lot of money on machines, you spend a lot of money on fabrics, you spend a lot of time sewing. Don't let your seams let you down. So you've got a nice strong thread. Quilters particularly, I know, love the Aurifil threads. Made with long strand cotton, so there's less chance of building up fibre inside your sewing machines. And, oh, there we go, I can get in it. And this would make a rather nice little gift idea. Shall I open? No, I shan't open it all, look, 'cause I'll never get them back in again. but you're getting quite a range of essential colours. As you can see, they're bright, they're bold, but you've still got your classics with your black and your light beige there as well. So that's the Essential Collection. This is your Quiltes Collection. Only named because of the colours, not saying that if you're a dressmaker you can't use these, but this time that's the more basic colours that you have, but there again you've got a spot of the brights with the sunshine yellows, and very useful colours as well with your navies and your light beiges again. Hand sewing or machine sewing, that's entirely up to you. And that's £33.99, so well worth popping on your order. No, I wouldn't get that back in there again. Right, in the next hour, I'm going to be talking around what we have left of the Juki overlocker for you. We'll have a jolly good talking to with that 780 plus sewing machine as well. We'll show you that. And we've got some of the tools for you coming up in the next hour as well. So have a quick look on the website. We do have some of the bundles left, remember. Not the book on its own anymore, but we do have 3 fabric bundles that we put together with a £5 saving if you wanted to go for those. So right, another cup of coffee gone cold there, so might go and put the kettle on again, which is Sunday morning after all. And we'll see you again in a couple of minutes' time.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Did you know that if you shop with Sewing Street, you're only going to pay one lot of postage all day? That's one payment of £3.95, no matter what you're buying. And you can check out as many times as you like without having to pay another delivery charge. So shop online at www.sewingstreet.com, or you can order via our call centre, which is 0800 001 4433.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
Hi, I've been asked to do a little bit of an introduction about me, so here goes for Sewing Street. I'm Sally Ann Harrison. I'm based in the UK in Bristol. I lived here all my life, apart from a short stint in North Carolina where I lived for 3 years from 2000 to 2003. I specialise in patchwork and quilting. I am a complete patchwork and quilting addict. I love small piecing, I love wool applique, all forms of applique, and I also like making small little crafty projects. How did I get into sewing? Well, I've sewn all my life. I remember the first thing I ever made was like a little bikini top from one of my mother's old overalls when I was about 9. I got married when I was about 20, 21 and started making curtains at that time. So I was a curtain maker for a long period of time. But it was in 2000 when I moved to the US that I really got into quilting big time. I discovered a local patchwork and quilting store. I took classes. I made loads of quilts. I made some fantastic friends. I met a great tutor called Michelle May. And by the time I left, I was actually beginning to exhibit in 2003. So that's how I got into doing what I do. Tell us something unexpected about yourself. Well, one of the strange things about me is that I'm the world's worst knitter. I can do most crafts. I crochet, I do punch needle, I do obviously patchwork and quilting and dressmaking, but knitting, the pins go in all sorts of weird directions. I have to concentrate. If anybody rings the doorbell, I can't stop mid-row. I am the world's worst knitter. Sewing tips to share with viewers. It's got to be the beard trimmer trick. I mean, why use an unpicker when you can use a beard trimmer to take out the seams that you've sewn incorrectly? It's just the best tip ever, I reckon. And a claim to fame. Probably my claim to fame based on my sewing career was that in 2017 I was invited to the Houston Quilts Festival, the International Quilts Festival, and it was there that I demonstrated some wool applique. It was a fantastic experience, and if anyone's debating going to the International Quilt Festival next year, go. It is absolutely fabulous. And that's a bit about me. Thank you very much for listening.
If you love sewing, then you need the UK's favourite sewing magazine. Every month, you'll receive exclusive patterns. Follow simple step-by-step guides suitable for all skill levels to make your own stunning clothes, accessories and more, together with inspiring tips and tricks from industry experts. Join in and discover your love for sewing. Try Love Sewing today and get your first 3 issues for just £6.
Right, now welcome back again. Now in this show we're going to be talking about the Elna 780 Plus. This is an amazing sewing machine. This is the kind of sewing machine that lesser sewing machines dream of being when they grow up. And we're going to take a look at the Juki air threader as well. The reason being is that split pay that we introduced on Friday. We're actually selling out of machine. You'll find that all over the place actually. There are so many people taking up sewing at the moment. A lot of retailers that I've spoken to just can't get stock of the sewing machines anymore. And it's the same in the States, apparently, that people are just selling out all over the place. But the 780 particularly may be one of those machines that you've been dreaming of owning. Look at that beauty. But it's always been that little bit out of your price range. We're not reducing the price, we're spreading the cost. So although it may be out of your price range now, if you think, well, you can actually spread the cost of this machine from now all the way through to next February, it may be a little bit more appealing to you, if that makes sense. So it means that we can get Christmas out of the way and everything before you've even finished paying for this. You've got a great deal with the price as it is anyway. Do have a shop around. If you're spending this much money on a sewing machine, then you need to do that. But take into account all of the features that I'm going to take you through in just a second. The deal that we have for you with the split pay. Not all places will give you interest-free credit, which is exactly what we have here. And warranties. Warranties are really important no matter what standard of sewing machine you're going to buy, because that will give you peace of mind. Peace of mind that you have support. Now Elna, briefly, are part of the same company as Janome. They're British based, they're based in Stockport in Cheshire. They give you a 2-year warranty with any one of their sewing machines as standard, and they have a helpline. So you have support, you've got backup. You've got backup from Sewing Street, you've got recommendation from me, I love these brands, and you have the support from Elna if you need servicing, if you have any issues, if you can't remember how to put a needle in there, there's somebody at the end of a phone that can help you. And they've been around for a long time, so it's not like after your 2-year warranty everyone's going to disappear and they'll wash their hands off you. You will always have that support with this machine. But well, first look at it. Not just isn't it a pretty machine, you've got a huge area here. And that's going to be really important for those of you that are quilting, if you're sewing larger items, if you like to roll your quilt up as you're stippling it or whatever you're doing to quilt it, or if you're making large items such as curtains, things like that. There is a huge extension table included as well, which we don't have room for on the table actually, but it's not just the area here that's large, it's got a wide bed, so you've got lots of support no matter what it is that you're sewing on here. You do have a free arm, so all of this end of the machine will pop off, and there's an accessory box inside here that you can store your bits and bobs, and spare bobbins can go in there as well, which is really handy. But that's not why you're buying the machine. This is why you're buying the machine. Yes. off. We've got hundreds of stitches on here. Decorative stitches, heirloom stitches, utility stitches, the alphabets on here as well. We've got buttonhole stitches, we've got satin stitches. There are 350 stitches on here. You're never going to use, well, you might use them all. They're stitches that are there because one day you might. You know that you've got the capability. You know that you've got stitches that, you know, if you see a design and it needs a certain type of stitch, maybe you're doing some heirloom work, you're stitching in the ditch, you're joining fabrics together, you're smocking, you've got stitches here that are suitable for so many different genres of sewing. And what I love about the way that the chapters have been put together, because on a lot of sewing machines you'll see mode 1, mode 2, mode 3. These are actually chaptered into utility stitches, buttonhole stitches, applique stitches, we've got heirloom stitches, quilting stitches, satin stitches, bridge stitches, decorative stitches, long decorative stitches, pictograph stitches. Those are quite nice because they're quite novelty. I've never seen washing instructions on a stitch before, so you've got 60, 40 and 30. So if you're making something as a gift or you're selling it, can you tumble dry it? Can you not tumble dry it? Can you iron it? Can you not? So you can actually make your own labels. And there are stitches that are whole words. So that one says handmade, that's one stitch. That you don't put in every individual letter, that's just one stitch. You've got love, you've got sweet, stitch. I've got different types of alphabets on here as well. So that's impressive enough on its own, but what's even more impressive is how you choose the stitches. So I'm going to take my little stylus out of here and come down to the screen at the front. We'll do some sewing in a minute when I'm not backwards, if that makes sense. Because I can't see much what I'm doing this way around. So when you first switch the machine on, this is the default that it will go to. So is that better? There you go. Better for me too. There's a comprehensive manual included, so you'll have everything here explained very, very simply. But I'll take you through briefly. You can choose whether you start with the foot up or the foot will automatically go down. You can personalise this machine in so many different ways. You can choose whether you want the needle to stop in the up position or in the down position, and you can save all of these as well. You can choose whether the feed doggers are up or down, not on that particular stitch obviously. And then here we've got utility stitches, so that's your straight stitch, that's the one that you're going to use more often, but there are 2 pages. So we've got the straight, we've got the 1/4 of an inch position, you've got a stretch stitch, we have a lightning stitch, that's great for stretch fabrics, 2 sizes, we've got a zigzag stitch, triple zigzag stitch, and as soon as I click on this, it will change. So I've got a large graphic down the side here to show me exactly what I'm doing. I'm on twin needle at the moment, which is why it wouldn't let me choose that other stitch. I don't want you, go away. Okay, back to a single needle, so apologies for that, that's because I pressed the button earlier on. So that's twin needle, not needle up, needle down. As we come down to the bottom here, I can scroll to the next page. So more utility stitches, over edge stitches, stitches for finishing off your fabric. Over edge stitches or over casting stitches are not a replacement for your overlocker. They don't trim the edge of your fabric, but they will finish your seams beautifully. You can do picot edging. These are blind stitches for stretch fabric, for woven fabric, just at the touch of a button. And let's go on to the next chapter here, and we're now into decorative stitches. So where I showed you the different chapters on the top of the machine, these are now itemised. So your applique stitches are those. And we have 2 pages again, so you can choose all of these different stitches for applique, including things like your blind hem stitch, which is a brilliant one for applique. Let's go back again to the main menu, and we've got heirloom stitches. So these are lovely stitches for quilting, for doing drawn work on loosely woven threads, for smocking. We've actually got 4 pages of heirloom stitches. Some of these may overlap from one to another. You've got faggoting stitches, so you can join pieces of fabric together. You could use these for cording designs. In fact, 15 and 18 look lovely with cording going through them. Finishing off edges again, smocking stitches maybe. You can program these in as well. You do have a memory. So you can put together different decorative and the alphabet stitches as well. Now this is, oh no, I haven't finished there yet, have I? We've got quilting stitches. So stitches for stitching in the ditch, decorative stitches are on here as well. We've actually got 8 pages of stitches on this one. That's the 8. let's go back again. Satin stitches, so these create a dense look. If I just choose that one, you can also mirror image. Sometimes, not with that one, in 2 directions. That's the same. So we can mirror image that way. Some of the designs, I'll show that in the decorative stitches, you can mirror image up and down as well. So we've got 3 pages of satin stitches. And then back again, where are we? We have your bridge stitches. So just the 1 page of those, and that's your straight stitches, triple straight stitches, and decorative stitches. So these are lovely. If you've got an existing garment, maybe you just want to embroider a belt or a bag handle, or around a collar, cuffs, pockets on garments, tablecloths, things like that. These are all decorative, and again, these are the ones that you can mirror image in 2 directions. So that triples the amount of stitch capabilities you have. I love that one. It actually looks like rope twisted around. It's really pretty. 8 pages of decorative stitches here as well. And remember, oh, that's a nice one. £399.18. You can have this home today. Oh, look at the train. We've got a washing line. I love the washing line. I've not seen that in other machines before. We've got little sheep. We've got cats. I love the sewing ones as well. There's bobbins and there's scissors. There's a mannequin on there somewhere as well. There's so many stitches that you can have a good old play with. So that's all of those. Oh, no, we're not. These are more of the decorative ones. So these are the ones that I was saying were like words. So you've got sweet, you've got handmade. I've mirror imaged them. Look, they're all the wrong way around. That's better. We've got shoes, and the 2 pages of those we have. This is, are we all right with this? There's so much to talk about. So I'm going to be here for a whole hour, you know. This is an interesting one as well, because you can actually create frames. So if I go, let's have a look at the different ones. So if I go for, let's just go for a satin stitch like this. Now this is tapered at the ends, as you can see there, and I can choose whether I want that to be a 45-degree angle or a 60-degree angle. So if I choose the 45-degree, that's at the bottom. I can have 45-degree at the top as well. You need to choose those individually there. I can start to create a frame. So you can see how if I put another 45-degree angle here, I've got a mitered corner. That's at the wrong angle, so we're going to change that. And then you can see how that's going to make a box shape. If I do a 60-degree angle, no, it goes to a point, 60-degree on one side, then I'm going to create, I think, a hexagon with those. Have a play with them first of all, but that makes a nice applique stitch as well. Let's take that away, we're not going to save that. We have the alphabet. So we've got 4 different fonts you can choose from here. And remember, you can program them in as well. So let's come out of that. And, oh, actually, I've got 2 extras on there as well. I've got Japanese and Cyrillic on there too. And then finally, here, we've got different types of seams. So this is really useful if you're a beginner. I know as a beginner, you're not even thinking about spending £2,000 on a sewing machine. But if you are in the market for this kind of price point, bear in mind you're not going to be a beginner for very long. This is the kind of machine for the serious sewer. If you're just planning on doing a few alterations and mending school uniforms, forget it. This is wasted on you. This is for the machine that even as a beginner, you want to be a quilter, you want to be a dressmaker, you want to be the homemaker, you want to make craft items, you want to make bags or cushion covers or throws or curtains or wedding dresses. This is the machine that will cater for all of those different genres of sewing that you can aspire to. It's simple enough for a beginner. All you can say, I'm pressing buttons. Simple for a beginner to use. If you can use a mobile phone, you can use this sewing machine. If you're not sure about what an overedge stitch is or which one to use, there you go. Look, you press overedge stitch and you've got all of the different types of overedge stitches that you can choose from there. If you're just concerned about seaming, what type of fabric are you using? Is it woven? Is it stretch? Are you seaming curves or are you top stitching? Those are the stitches that are recommended. So again, it's easy. It's a very, very simple machine to use. Even the gathering stitch, what are you gathering? Are you gathering a tier on a skirt, or are you easing the shoulder of a blouse? You've got the different stitches, and when you choose these, they look the same, but the different tensions are all preset for you. The stitch length is recommended for you, and of course you can override all of that as well. I'm nowhere near finished with this machine. Oh, Gillian's messaged. Hi, Gillian. She loves the storage. There is storage at the back. She had one of these for her birthday, so we do have storage at the back. Sorry, this may squeak. Well, we have storage at the front, and all of this will come off as a free arm. That's where your extension table goes on. So lots of storage there, but then you've got that as well. Love that. We'll come back to settings in a minute. I mean, we might even get it working. Have a look at that. This is like opening a chocolate box. It's a little bit messy, and it'll be very organised when you've done it. But this is foot storage. Now then, there's lots of different feet. So just really briefly, you have a button placement foot. You can sew buttons on with the same machine. You've got a button placement foot, so of course you've got a buttonhole foot as well. And with the buttonhole foot, it's actually got a base on it that allows you to sew through very thick fabric. So if you're sewing buttonholes in coats, or if you're sewing a buttonhole on a fabric with a pile like fleece, that'll help to keep everything nice and flat, the fabric sandwiched in between the two. We have, oh, let's look. Oh, you've got a 1/4 inch foot for quilters. We have an open-toed foot for your satin stitches. You have an over-edge foot, which helps to keep your fabric flat as you're sewing around the edge. That's your blind hem foot, I think. Oh, you've got an invisible zip foot included. You don't always get those. There's a free motion embroidery foot, but then there's different ones as well, because that's for free motion. And it's got a 1/4 inch grid on it, so you can easily echo quilt with that one. That's a free motion foot. This is a free motion foot. So it's just entirely dependent on what you prefer to use, but you're getting all of those anyway. You're also getting this, which is a straight stitch foot. There are 3 plates, throat plates included in here. This is for use with the straight stitch plate. With your straight stitch plate, you'll have 1 awl. Let's have a look at that one. Is that right? What's the one that's on the machine at the moment? There we go. So you've got, don't do a decorative stitch with this one. This has been designed to help to keep your fabric flat as you're sewing. You've also got the high performance one with a high performance foot. Basically, you know, sometimes when you're sewing a straight line and you start at the edge of your fabric and your fabric disappears into your feed dogs, this eliminates that. It keeps all of your fabric flat as you're sewing. It also allows you to sew at a faster speed and get a neater stitch as you're sewing. So you'll only use a straight stitch because it's only got 1 awl in it, but you do have your straight stitch foot, which again has 1 awl in it. And actually, the machine recognises when these plates and the foot has gone on, and it won't allow you to sew any other stitch, so you're not going to break your needle on there. You also have a walking foot. There are 2 walking feet. One is for the regular machine and one is for that high performance straight stitch. So if you're quilting at speed, then that's going to be a very useful foot for you. We have a 1/4 inch foot with a guide on the side, so that's going to be great for stitching in the ditch. And there is a rolled hem foot as well, which will allow you to create a hem which is about 1 millimetre, about 1/8 of an inch rolled over twice. There's also, you've got a seam lifter. That's great for doing buttonholes with shanks on, and everything else that you expect. So your screwdrivers and your quick unpicks and your seam. In fact, have a look. Let's reiterate everything that you're getting. There's loads. Look, I shan't read those all out. I've just been through everything on my own. But you know, with sewing machines, you're getting what you pay for. If you're spending £2,000, you expect to have practically everything that you would need. That big thing on the right hand side of the picture is a knee lifter. That's included, so you don't have to take your hands off the work. A lot of quilters like using those. It's just, I can't imagine what else you would want from a sewing machine. I have the Janome 6600 at home, which is a lesser version. And I thought that was my dream machine, but It doesn't have the straight stitch plate and the straight stitch foot. I need that. And it doesn't have a free arm. And I didn't think I'd miss a free arm when I bought that machine. And I do. So just when you think you've got the perfect dream machine, it kind of wasn't. But I can't imagine anything else you would want from a machine that this one won't give you. It's not an embroidery machine, but I can't think of anything else that they could have added to this machine. Let's take a look at the spec. So 350 stitches. It's got a really quick stitch function as well. I'm sure it's over 1,000 stitches a minute. 1,060, that's a lot. That's getting on for the speed of an overlocker. You've got a maximum stitch width of 9mm. Most sewing machines are 7. Maximum stitch length of 5. That's okay. 11 buttonholes. Yeah, you'll use them. The zigzag control, actually you can change that so the knee lifter affects it. A tapering function, showed you that one. Oh, you've got ruler work mode as well. In fact, there should be a ruler work foot, I'm sure. Anyway, you've got the, oh yeah, there is. There's a ruler work foot as well. 2 additional alphabets. We've got capital letters, numbers. It's got a memory as well, so you can save things. In fact, it's got a USB port on the side of it, so you can save things onto a stick if you wanted to as well. That's not to import embroidery designs, that's to save any programs that you've got on here. There's loads to talk about with this machine, isn't there? I haven't even sewn anything with it yet. Right, split pay. Means that you pay your first payment now of £399, and sorry, £299. Your next payment next month, and so on and so forth until next February. So it's spreading the cost over 5 months. Does anybody else do 5 months? I know they do 3 and they do 4, but I don't. Do the other channels do 5? Oh, we might have a coup there. So yeah, 5 payments of £399.80. And no interest to pay, and you don't have to wait till February to get hold of the machine. Do be aware that when it arrives, it's blooming heavy and it'll be in a big box. The weight of it is something that I really like, to be honest, because it means it's stable and it doesn't shake around all over the table when you're sewing at speed. One postage of £3.95 for this one. And you know, if you've already bought your early bird or something from a previous show, you don't even have any postage to pay on that either. This will come to you directly from Elna. But remember, you've got your 2-year warranty from them as well. It's a fabulous machine. Have you got one? Come and recommend it to everybody. Well, if you don't want to, then let us know. Just let us know what you think about it. Okay. Well, we're here talking about split payments. Half the stock, remember, of our Airthread overlocker has now sold out. Basically, anything that you're ordering in one item for over £149, which is practically all the machines that we do, we can split the cost over 3 months for you. If you're spending over £799, we can split the cost over 5 months. Jackie got her 780 plus earlier this year and hasn't had time to play with it. Oh, Jackie! It'll go off. Imagine. Hi Jenny, hi Linda. Anybody else got a 780? Does it come with a stitch in the ditch foot? Yes, it does, Linda. So any more questions, just come and ask. What's the difference between the overedge on the machine to an overlocker? Is it as strong a stitch? No, it's not as strong as an overlocker, Pauline, because an overlocker is going to use 3 or 4 threads. Your overedge stitch here is going to use 2. And basically the overedge stitch will take like the point of the stitch right to the edge of your fabric, and you can kind of scoop in the frayed edges, so it'll neaten the stitches. Your overlocker will actually trim with a blade the edge of your fabric, so you get a really neat professional edge. So you can finish seams with the overedge stitch on any sewing machine that has them. You're not going to get as professional a finish as you would do with an overlocker, and an overlocker is a lot quicker to sew with as well. You can make a complete garment with an overlocker, but don't replace your sewing machine with it. You won't be able to make everything. You won't be able to hem with an overlocker, for instance. Now, this is an air thread overlocker. This is normally the scary thing about overlockers. Nah, look inside there. All that gubbins going on. Oh no, oh look at that. Oh, where do I start? You start by having a go, to be honest. There are tubes here. It's not plugged in, so I can touch it. And these little tubes will, if I just turn the style, bear with me because I'm backwards again. Let's put you up. They lock into place when you're threading it. This is a pump system, so press a little button here and it'll go. Your threads, the bottom threads, your looper threads go in these two holes, and the machine will feed them all the way through these tubes and gubbins and then come out at the top here where they're supposed to be. So you don't have to worry about what's going on in here. I like to see this open as well because it means you can get in to clean it. The one thing with overlockers, they will create an awful lot of lint. They go very, very quickly. They're trimming the thread, they're trimming the fabric at the same time, and it will build up. So it's nice to be able to get inside here and give it a good old clean out. So that's all that that's for. Don't worry about anything else that goes on inside there. Now the reasons or the differences between this and the Elna, which is the same as the Janome version that I have, is that normally with an overlocker you will thread from the right to the left, and if one of these threads breaks or you need to replace it, you have to take out all of the threads and replace from the right to the left. So if you break a needle thread, you've got to unthread all of this and replace again from the right to the left. But with this machine you don't. You can replace any one of those threads individually. Another big difference, and that's big because that can be a bit of a pain. If you've broken this thread and you've got to go through the whole threading, so you don't need to with this machine. It's got an electronic pump, so this little button at the front down here, when it is plugged in, you just press it and it literally just goes and it pumps all of the air through, dragging the thread through. With my machine at home, it's a manual thing that you clunk up and down. And this machine has also got an LED display with all of the different stitches up here as well. So again, just like I said with the previous machine, you get what you pay for. So this is the top of the range. I've not seen all of these functions on an overlocker before. It's a 4-thread overlocker. You can use 3 threads if you wanted to. You can create rolled hems, you can create flat felled seams. Those are all of the tensions. Don't worry too much about those, but always make sure that when you start using your overlocker, you do a test piece on the same fabric that you're going to be working with, just in case any of these tensions need to be tweaked. To be honest, I've never found with mine that I've needed to adjust the tensions at all. It just seems to work with whatever fabric I'm throwing at it. Now again, we've got your split payments on this one. For £219, we're going to send this out to you today. That's per month for 5 months. So again, that's going to be February before that's completely done and dusted and paid for. £3.95 delivered. So if you do have any questions about split pay, we use the same call centre as Gemporia. And Gemporia have been doing this split pay system for years, so just give them a ring and ask them. They're very knowledgeable people there. And if you're a little bit concerned, I don't know whether I can do 3 months or 5 months, or the price point that I'm at, which is £1,095, means I can split it over 5, but I only want to split it over 3. Ask at the call centre and they'll be able to sort you out and organise all of that kind of thing as well. So again, £1,095. That is such good value for what you are getting for something that is so top of the range, so sleek, and again so simple to use. If you're a dressmaker, if you're sewing stretch fabrics, overlockers will automatically sew stretch stitches. So this is perfect if you're sewing a lot of jerseys, a lot of spandex, a lot of lycra, a lot of any of those kind of elastane fabrics. If you're making swimwear, if you're doing sportswear, then this is perfect for those seams. It's a strong seam. I'd use a 4-thread if I'm sewing very thick fabric or I'm making a coat, or I want a very strong seam if I was doing sportswear. I'd use 3 threads for all of the rest of my projects. And for most of them, I used a rolled hem to fold them over and finish off the edges as well. But again, if you've got any questions, then do come through. Oh gosh, we've got loads coming through. Thank you for all of these. Really nice machine, very comparable to a Viking. Oh, that's the 780. Susan's got the 780. Next serger that Mary has will be an air threader. Serger is the American term for an overlocker, same thing if you were wondering. It's like having, air threading is like having a needle threader on your sewing machine. I would never buy a sewing machine without a needle threader. I think it's basic, you've got to have one. And I'm getting that way with my air thread overlocker. I don't think I would buy a machine, I know these are twice the price, but I don't think I would buy an overlocker that hadn't got the air threading. It does make it so much easier. Sharon's got the Janome equivalent. That's the one that I've got. She says it's brilliant. We do have the Elna, but we've only got one left. Sewing PU, we'll have a look at that in a second. Right, Susan's asking the difference between or the 780 or the Juki sewing machine. She wants the one that sews best with very thick materials. I can't recommend, I'm afraid, because I've not actually used that Juki. If I had, I would be honest with you and tell you which one I would use. Actually, Gary from Juki is here on Tuesday. Your 780 will sew through very thick fabrics. Use a denim needle. You may not find it necessary, but you'd be surprised because it's a very powerful machine and it will punch that needle through, even if you're using a universal, but maybe a denim needle, a strong needle would be a little bit better. But that's what these machines are built to do. To be honest, I would imagine they're the same kind of standard. But that, I know, will sew through very thick fabric. We don't know when the 550 is back in stock, I'm afraid. I shall ask the buyers. That's it, we're up to date there, sorry. Okay. Right, if you have a look on the website, which is sewingstreet.com, and then have a look in sort by price high to low, you'll see the most expensive thing we have, John Scott, and then we've got the sewing machines in order of price descending. So all of those items you're going to be able to buy with 3 or 5 flexi pays. So as you go down the page then, you come down to £149, even the adjuster forms, so any of the machines and the adjuster forms, all split payments on those. And the metal threads, if you want to do those huge boxes of thread, again, split payments available for all of those as well. Which is fabulous, isn't it? Right. Oh, now then, the book that we had in the last hour, The Weekend Makes Patchwork, we have a few left on their own now. So it's £14.49 with 25 easy projects that is claiming to buy Janet that you can make within a weekend. I think you're going to be making them a lot quicker. So have a look back on our YouTube channel or on Facebook. Have a whiz back to the last hour if you weren't watching. And Angela was showing us a very simple patchwork cushion cover, which looked really striking. But these are smaller, achievable projects. But as a beginner, there are learning curves as well. And these are all techniques that you can then move on and use if you wanted to enter the big wide world of quilting. But easy projects, maybe making things for Christmas presents this year, and you've got a lot to make and not a lot of time, then these are great projects for you to get started on because they're simple, they are quick, but most of all, they're impressive. So £14.49 is your price there, and 25 projects in total, very simply explained as well. So yes, we sold out in the last hour, but we are so powerful here. We had a word, and people get a bit scared when we do that. So of course we've got some more back in stock for you. It always works that way if you believe that. So Weekend Makes Patchwork, 25 quick and easy projects to make by Janet Goddard. But we've only got a few. Right, we've got a few bits and bobs of tools for you here. So, should we do scissors first? Scissors, shears, to be technical, are as important in your sewing arsenal as your sewing machine and your iron. The 3 most important things. So you may spend £2,000 on a sewing machine, but your scissors are as important as that machine because most of what you're going to be doing, you're going to be cutting. So these are 9 inches in length, and the 9 inches doesn't relate to the blade, it relates from here to the handle, so that's your 9 inches. They're made by Janome, so I like things with a name, not because it's a show-off thing, but you know that if a big brand like Janome are putting their name to something, then you're investing in quality. Don't think you're going to have to replace these for a long time, as long as you look after them, so don't drop them basically. These are going to last you they can last you forever. Now shears have an angled handle like this, which means that the majority of the blade for the majority of the time is going to be on your cutting surface. So as you're cutting, It's going to lift up slightly, but as you're cutting, you can make the most of the length of your fabric. So if you're cutting larger pieces of fabric, if you're quilting, if you're cutting your wadding, if you're making curtains, then you've got a nice long cut on there. They're right-handed, by the way, so sorry about that, but they're just right-handed scissors with ergonomic soft grip handles. So really important, and really important as well, sharp to the point. I know I'm like a broken record with sharp to the point, but if I'm trimming a tiny little bit of fabric, if I just want to cut that thread there, I want to know that those scissors are going to be able to cut that tiny, tiny thread of fabric without cutting through anything else. So I can cut off shards of fabric. I can snip into corners and around circles. I can cut my fringe. Look at that, just cutting tiny bits. Because a lot of the time with scissors, particularly when they get old, you're going to be using that part of the scissors and using this motion a lot. You're wasting the whole of the rest of that blade. When you're right sharp to the point, that just means that wherever you're cutting along that line, you get a really nice, smooth snip. That's really important. So have a think about your shears. What are they like at the moment? Difference between shears and scissors is the shape of the handle. So scissors are symmetrical. You'll have two shapes the same. These have got one nice big hole to put your fingers through and one for your thumb. So that's the difference really. So those are the soft and sharp. These are Janome as well. So similar. 9 inches again. They don't have the soft grip handle like the previous. They're a little bit more angled actually than the other shears. 9 inches again, so from here to here for those ones. And they've got a special handle design actually, so you could probably use those with both hands. Now these are micro serrated. So these are the Sewing Wizard ones. That is a micro serration. I can't even see that. Serrated blades are really good if you're sewing with fine fabric. So if you're sewing with silk, satin, georgette, viscose, fine floppy fabrics, because it grips onto the fabric. So it holds it as you're cutting. If you're cutting out shapes, if you're cutting out intricate shapes with the scissors, again, it's going to hold the fabric as you're cutting. And micro serrated, it's like having a tiny, tiny, tiny little pinking shears. So micro you can barely see that, but it'll be right along the edge of the blade across here. And again, it just makes it grippy. So if it is sheer or fine fabrics, those are going to be perfect for you. I have one of each, to be honest, because there's some fabrics you don't want to cut with this. You know, when you're cutting long pieces and you take your scissors and you go, you can't do that with these because they grip onto it. So horses for courses. If you can stretch to it, have one of each. They're only £9.99. Right, just quickly. Oh, the 550 Elna sewing machine is in stock. We have it on the website on sewingstreet.com. So there you go. It is YHW something. YHW Q70, and again it's over £149, so you can order on FlexiPay, which is £166.33p. So the 550 is the most affordable sewing machine that we bring you. It has 50 stitches. It is an electronic, computerized sewing machine, and you don't need to use the foot pedal. It's got a speed control and a start-stop button on the front as well. So it's got a lot of features that you don't expect in a compact sewing machine. So it's a lot smaller than the 780 size-wise, but it's still it's a good entry-level sewing machine, I think. If you're not intending to do all of the things that 780 is going to do for you, then that's a really good machine to get you started with. Paid off by Christmas, that one as well. Shall we have a look? Shall we have a look at some dress? No, let's have a look. Let's have a look at some threads. So machine's really important. Scissors really important. Threads are really important. With your overlocker threads, we've got these for you. I don't know what that means. Stick it on the back. good basic colours of threads in here. We have your black and a grey and a pale grey and, oh, come out, white, off-white and beige for £74.99. As I was saying earlier, I, for the most part, use 3 threads on my overlocker, so that'll make your thread last an awful lot longer. Overlocker thread is designed to be used at high speed, which is what's going to happen with your overlocker, so it doesn't have too much give, and it tends to be finer than normal sewing machine thread because you're using so much thread when you're sewing with this. So it's nice to have all of these basic colours as well. For the most part, you're not going to see those overlock stitches, so it's just nice to have those neutral colours to use when you're using your overlocker as well. So that is £74.99. Madeira's one of those big brand names. I like a big brand name. I like a big brand sewing machine. I like big brand threads. I like big brand fabrics because you know that you're investing in quality. Also have embroidery thread. Now, the last couple of times I've brought you these are sold out. And ooh, I remember that from last time. Embroidery thread. So having the right thread for your project is brilliant. Having the right thread for your machine is even better. So with an embroidery thread, I don't think we've got one open, it tends to be a little bit finer, it tends to be shiny, because when you're using your embroidery machine, that needle is going to be bouncing up and down and up and down and up and down so many times, and your stitches are dimensional. So it's nice to have a finer thread that's not going to leave too big holes in your work. They tend to have a sheen to them as well, because when you're embroidering your designs, as I said, they are dimensional, so it's nice to have the light reflecting off them to give them a really good look. Have we got an open one? There must be one in here somewhere. Oh, there we go. Oh no, we don't. You can see a bit of it. What I like about these as well, if you have an embroidery machine, it's like painting with thread, isn't it? So having lots of shades of thread, like you have lots of shades of paint, because you can't mix your threads together, is an advantage for you. And every single colour in this box of 50 is different. You have similar, but not exactly the same, so you really can shade with them. So if you're making flat floral designs, particularly, I think these are going to be just amazing. And they're quite big spools as well. There's, I mean, we've got on there 500, I can't see that, 500 metres on each one of those, so you're getting a lot of thread. Only use these in the top of your machine unless you're going to see the stitches from the bottom, so use bobbin fill in the bottom of your machine. That makes your thread last that little bit longer. But have fun with them. It just means that you can afford to keep changing over and changing over and never get bored with your threads. Do you know anybody that has an embroidery machine? Are you one of those people that bought the atelier on split payments on Friday? You're going to need lots of thread because you're going to be hooked. I like the storage for these as well, which of course you can use with other spools when you've used all of these up to. And I like to be organised and see exactly what I've got and where those colours are as well. So again, £49.99 is your price there. You're getting 50 of those in total. Oh, Mary, can you not get Madeira threads in the States? I thought you'd be able to get those in the States. Anyway. Do we ship to the States? I don't know if we do. We might. I don't know. We may do. Have a word with the call centre. They'll let you know if we can ship to the States, Mary. Okay, we've got denim threads for you. Now this is a top stitching thread. So it's thick. So called denim thread because it's the same kind of thread that you would see on a pair of jeans, but you don't have to just use it with denim. It's a really strong thread, so if you're making buttonholes, it's going to be ideal for you. Bit of hand sewing as well. Lots of colours for you to choose from, but it is a heavy, thick thread. So the only thing I would suggest that you do if you're ordering this, we don't have any in stock, but order or go buy yourself some top stitching needles. Try it with a universal needle or with your denim needle if you're sewing through thicker fabrics, but if you find that the stitches skip slightly or they're not perfectly even, get yourself a top stitch needle. A top stitch needle has a wider eye, so it allows the thread to pass through more smoothly. It also has a wider groove down the front of the needle, so it allows the thread to sit inside the needle as it goes into the fabric, and it won't leave big holes in your fabric. So that's the only thing that I'd suggest. But these look really effective. You could use a triple stitch as well and have a really dense line of thread. And I just think it's so nice to have all of those different colours. Now, not just for top stitching and not just for denim. These are nice for hand sewing as well. If you're doing a bit of hand embroidery and it's not the embroidery floss that you wanted to use, these would work really well. I don't like labels like denim, to be honest, because you see that, oh, I'm not sewing denim, so I won't use that. It's 100% polyester top stitching thread, basically. 100 metres on each one of those spools, and you've got a really nice range of colours there for your £24.99 too. Anne says, can you tell me where you use these threads regularly in your overlock, please? Mine is a brother and 30 years old and never tried the threads. Excuse me. Overlocker threads tend to be finer because there's so many stitches going on at the same time. They're strong threads because you've got a lot of heat going through that machine as they're working. The threads are, you've got something like 1,350 stitches a minute. Those are really fast machines, and they need to be strong because you're creating seams a lot of the time, so you need a really, really strong thread. So you can use other thread. You can buy specialist threads as well. You can buy fluffy ones and all kinds of stuff, so you can create some nice effects on your overlockers. But they tend to be less expensive than, if you're using Gutermann threads, your sew-all threads or something on your overlocker, then you're going to be spending a lot of money on it. So that's the only difference, really. It's not necessary, but it is the affordable option, if you like. Shall we? Are we getting married? We've got a wedding dress, but we could renew our vows, couldn't we, Paul? Oh, it was the royal way. He's not proposing to me after all. It's a good job that my husband might be watching. The wedding dress book. How to make the perfect one for you. And I'm not just thinking wedding dresses, I'm thinking prom dresses, bridesmaids dresses, special occasion dresses, New Year's Eve party dresses. But if it's something that you've even thought about doing, it's quite a skill, isn't it? So it's nice to have the style that suits you, advice on fabrics, because you may find that you're working a lot with satins and shiny fabrics, specialist fabrics. You'll probably find you're working with very expensive fabrics. To have all this know-how without going to a... I think she needs a wee. Without going to a class, for £14.99 I think is absolutely invaluable for you. There are a lot of brides dresses are going to have boning in them, so there's a whole section on boning and decorations and beading. And those buttonholes, I love those buttonholes down the back of a dress. They just look so elegant. Brand new today at £14.99. So pretty, aren't they? I've never made a wedding dress. I think I'd be a little bit nervous about not getting it exactly 100% right. So I love these styles though. But it's the hints and the tips and the techniques for working with these kinds. Oh, look at that, it's amazing. But even if you're not planning on making a wedding dress, isn't it nice to have these skills or the understanding of how things work? I love those buttonholes. Oh. So again, £14.99 for your own masterclass, really, in wedding dressmaking. That's such a good price. So many hints and tips. Oh, I might have a read through that in the break. Got patterns in the back as well. The Complete Dressmaking, this is a lovely book. The Complete Dressmaking Guide by Jules Fallon. If this is the route that you're going to go down, again with your dressmaking journey, There are going to be things that you're going to need how to know. Sometimes with dress patterns, they're not comprehensive enough. Do you know what a jetted pocket actually is? How to create shapes with darts, adapting patterns. Very rarely will you buy a dress pattern it's going to fit you perfectly first time, particularly the traditional tissue paper patterns, because they're designed for a B cup, and most of us these days aren't. So learning how to adjust your patterns is going to be invaluable. Even how to measure yourself. You don't measure yourself the way that you think that you measure yourself for a dress pattern. And you know, which pattern do you buy? If you've got a pattern that fits you on the top and doesn't fit you on the bottom, which one do you go for? What's the easiest part of that pattern to adjust to make it fit you perfectly? How do you finish off seams? What's under stitching? What's easing? What's edge stitching? What's top stitching? What are all these different pockets about? It's a cargo pocket, for goodness sake. What's a Hong Kong seam? All of these questions answered. So again, it's not something that you're going to sit down and read from cover to cover, but this is a great reference guide if you can't remember how to fit a zip, or where does that princess seam go? How do I adjust a pattern with a princess seam? It's the best way to make a shirt collar. What's a stand? What's a placket? All explained in here. So Jules has an incredible wealth of knowledge that she's sharing with you here. And again, with lots and lots of pictures. I do love a picture or 30. And at £11, £11.99, are you kidding me? Oh, it says £15.99 on the back. Sorry, Jules. As you know, it's Sunday. We can't do anything about wrong prices, can we? We're kind of stuck with it. Diane, hi Diane. Can the 50 box of threads be used to sew the pattern stitches on my sewing machine? Never used anything like this before, so unsure how to use it. Yes, you can do. They're not exclusive for use with an embroidery machine, so you can use those with a decorative stitch on your sewing machine. Those would look lovely. I've got any more questions? Must be doing my job properly. Anne says, can you tell me why you use 3 threads regularly on your overlocker? Mine is a brother and 30 years old, and I've never tried 3 threads. 4 threads will give you a strong seam. 3 threads isn't quite as strong, but it'll do the job for most projects. So a very strong seam I use if I were to make anything like sportswear or swimwear, or if I'm making a coat and it's very thick fabric, I'll use 4 threads to keep it nice and strong. With 3 threads, you take out one of the needles. It can be the left needle or the right needle, it doesn't matter. So you've still got your 2 bottom loopers which go around the edge, which gives you the strength. You're still cutting off the edge of the fabric. If you're using one needle and it's on the right hand side, you're going to get a narrow seam. If you're using the left hand needle, you get a seam that's around about 1/4 of an inch wide. So have a play with them. You can also, on an overlocker, you certainly can on the 2 that we have, do a rolled hem by using the right hand needle alone, and then there are settings on the machine that will roll the hem so it's tiny, it'll look like a tiny little outline. So if you've got a viscose, a very fine fabric, or a sheer fabric, a chiffon or something like that, you don't have to hem it twice. So that's a 3 thread. You don't do a rolled hem with 4 threads with 2 needles. So that's the difference. But yeah, mainly I would use 3 threads on my sewing machine. I don't make many coats or bathing costumes. So the Dookie we have on the show for you today. The Elna machine's gone now, so this is the only air thread overlocker that we have for you, and it's the top of the range one, and it's on split pays, so you don't have to pay the final payment until February, which I think is a great. If you're going to buy, now's a good time to buy, isn't it? You know, we're not going. The split pay isn't, you know, for this week only. That's something that we're going to keep. But what we can't keep in stock is the actual machines. So now is a good time to buy, not just because it's split pay, but because we've got some stock. Right, quick warning. Oh, Jules's book. We've only got 4 of these left. Gosh, really busy. Busy day today. Well, it is Sunday, you know. Jan made her own wedding dress 47 years ago. She says, I was amazed how easy it was, especially being fully lined. Oh, still in a suitcase in the loft. Oh, Dawn's ordered the Elna overlocker. It was you that ordered it. Well done, you got the last one, Dawn. Scared of threading, is there a tutorial? I'm sure there is. Elna have got a YouTube channel. Have a look on YouTube. If Elna don't have the tutorial, there will be lots of tutorials on how to do how to thread it. It's not difficult to do. The most difficult thing, I'll tell you, is when you put the thread into the holes, you have to push it down by at least about 1/2 inch. That's the difficult bit because the thread's bendy. Once it's in there and it's got a little bit of grip, then you pump the side and it sucks it through. So tip, if you put some hairspray onto your fingers and run it over the edge, the end of your thread to make it stiff, then you can push it right in there. That's the most difficult thing about that overlocker, is actually pushing that in. Right, what's selling out now? That's 780 plus sewing machine. We've only got 2 left. Oh, well done for getting hold of that. It really is one of those machines that other machines wish they were. You know, little machines are going to be thinking, when I come back in a future life, I want to be a 780 plus. It is the all singing, all dancing, but quality, reliable. I love my sewing machine. That one is tempting me to stray. I'm sorry, little Janome, but there are features on that machine that I don't have. In fact, there's features on that machine that I think I should probably never use, but it's nice to have that opportunity, isn't it? So I'll leave you for a couple of minutes. Have a look on the website. You'll see all of the details and the spec and stitches and all that kind of thing. But if you are, I don't know when we can get these things back. Honestly, sewing machines at the moment, you wouldn't believe how many places just can't get hold of sewing machines. They can't manufacture enough at the moment. So if you're in the market, if it's within your budget, if you'd like it, do bear in mind we've only got 2 left. We're going to take a quick break. Angela's going to be back again just after the break, and we're going to make your patchwork easy with some creative grid rulers. Here's some examples of what you're going to be able to make. So clever, aren't they? The thing with having rulers is precision. So every single piece is cut to the same size. And these are having different angles on rulers. Again, it's a little bit like working with a jigsaw puzzle. They have to be cut at exactly the right angle. Otherwise, they're just not going to fit together. So we're going to have a bit of a masterclass coming up in the next hour. So I think that's the 3rd coffee gone cold. So I better go and put the kettle on again. And we'll see you again in a couple of minutes. Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street, and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual, always keep it to hand because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick unpick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. If you want more hints and tips, then why not go to Sewing Street on channel 74 on Freeview, on Sky 670, and of course we have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on previous demonstrations. We'll see you soon.
If you love sewing, then you need the UK's favourite sewing magazine. Every month, you'll receive exclusive patterns. Follow simple step-by-step guides suitable for all skill levels to make your own stunning clothes, accessories and more, together with inspiring tips and tricks from industry experts. Join in and discover your love for sewing. Try Love Sewing today and get your first 3 issues for just £6.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping. If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Did you know that if you shop with Sewing Street, you're only going to pay one lot of postage all day? That's one payment of £3.95, no matter what you're buying. And you can check out as many times as you like without having to pay another delivery charge. So shop online at www.sewingstreet.com, or you can order via our call centre, which is 0800 001 4433.
Hi, I'm Rosie Wells.
My name's Poppy and I'm a nutritional therapist.
Hi, I'm Ruth Lynette and I can't wait to join you all on the brand new Gemporia Lifestyle channel.
If you're a fan of primal living, you're going to adore what's around the corner.
What is lifestyle? Lifestyle is healthy habits.
Feeling good, it's about looking great.
Making sure that we're taking good care of ourselves inside.
And it's about the life that you lead and the home that you live in.
All of this is why I'm so excited.
We've got the most wonderful team.
Homeware deals and primal deals under one roof on one channel.
I can't wait to share this brand new channel with you. So we'll see you soon on Gemporia Lifestyle.
Gemporia Lifestyle, coming soon to Freeview Channel 74 and gemporia.com.
Hello and welcome back again. You're still watching Sewing Street this morning and we're still sewing. We've got a whole hour of a masterclass with Angela starting in just a second when I've taken you through everything that we've got for you in the show. Fourth cup of coffee, not finished one yet. Right, so we have your non-slip kitty cornered. I have no idea. All will be revealed. I said in the previous ad, the nice thing about having rulers like this is that you're going to be able to create something with perfection, and that's the most important thing when you're patchworking, isn't it? That your shapes are uniform and unusual as well. Lots of different designs you can use. Now with creative grids, whether it's rulers or whether it's templates like this, you can see it's got like a matte section on the back here. That means that they're grippy, so it helps to stop slipping on your fabric. What you will also see with creative grids is a QR code. So if you hover your camera on modern smartphones, or if you download a QR reader, you can hover over here and it'll take you directly to a YouTube channel with demonstrations of this particular template. If you don't have a smartphone, you can't scan that. If you go to the Creative Grids website and just put in Kitty Cornered, anybody can take a look. You know, this isn't exclusive. These don't go to a private video. Anybody can take a look on YouTube and see how to use them. So you're going to have tuition and you're going to have ideas as to how to use them as well. So that's your Kitty Cornered at £25.99. Not sure if you've seen this one demonstrated before, so that's going to be really interesting. Because you look at these and you just think, that's not going to make that. They've got that wrong. Okay, then we have, what we're going to have a look at next. Scrap Crazy. I'm going to open this one. These are some of the most popular templates that we've ever brought you. Made by quilters for quilters, and we've got the 3 in there. I shan't open them. you've got 3 rulers which will enable you to make something like this. So this is the 8-inch. So that's the kitty cornered on your screen, so I'll give you the details of this one in a sec. But you've got all of your measurements, of course, on there as well. And again, you do have your QR code, so you can go to the website and have some ideas, inspiration or tuition whenever you wish to. That's £22.99. You do have all your instructions in here as well as to how you're going to use it. So even as a beginner, everything is very, very simply explained. So that's your scrap crazy. And then finally, we have the hexagonal trim tool. Non-slip, QR code, £24.99. And I think your hexagons are still one of the most popular shapes, aren't they, for quilting? But look what you can do. So again, £24.99 is your price there. But if you're all looks a little bit baffling, or you think, well, why do I need to spend £24.99 just to draw a hexagon? I'm just going to explain why in just a second. Now, we've put together some fabric bundles for you as well. We've got a Quilters Basic Harmony for you, which are these 2. So if you're watching earlier on, we did have these in the Hitchcock show. Can't remember. Half a metre of each of those, so we bundle them together, and with a bundle you make a bit of a saving, don't you? So £8.99 is your price there for 1 metre. So the black and the white and the black in your bundle there. I like those, I think they're really stylish and they go together very well without clashing. And you could make something like this if you wanted to. So that's that one. Not sure what should we have a look at. This is your red and teal, quite modern and geometric, these ones, methinks. So half a metre of each of those for 12, that's good, isn't it? For £12. 112 wide. Should we do the rose and the black? Where's the rose and black? That's that, isn't it? I've had lots of fabric on today, haven't we? But it's a good job you can't sew without it, can you? So that's your rose on black. And we bundle that together with your floral for your £8.99 for those. Half a metre of each of those. We have a 2 metre gradient fabric bundle, so you've got 4 here. Gradient. Gradient, gradient. And we have here the moss and purple and salmon and sky. So 2 metres in total there for your £18.99. They make nice blenders as well, don't they? There's so many things that they'll go with. So a nice little bundle there for £18.99. And then finally, oh no, the neutral one. These ones, these are useful fabrics to add to your collection because they go with practically anything. So we have the brunette, we have cream, and we have tan. So there's your tan, there's brunette, there's your cream. 1.5 metres in total, half a metre of each for just £9.99. Right, that's it for here for just a second. We're going to nip over to Angela, who's going to show us the kitty cornered.
Yes, so I'll just show you all 3 for a start.
Okay.
They're 3 very useful, I don't know whether they're sort of cheats guide or whatever, but they just make it so much easier to cut out squares and hexagonals, and then this sort of crazy one.
It's all about accuracy, isn't it?
And I mean, they're so simple. They've got everything on here. It's all marked. It's marked how big you can go up to, how long you need your strips. Also, all the different variations on the hexagonal one here. It's actually all marked on the ruler, but the instructions are very good as well. So, you know, it's quite clear. So the first one we're going to start with is the kitty cornered one. So you can make up to a 6-inch square. So let me show you my versions here. I had a good play around when I was given these 3 rulers. I went a bit mad and I thought, hold on, I need this fabric for the demo. I thought, rein back, because I just did it sort of, I was just having a bit of a, so these are just different variations here. You can see I've done it in those colourways. And then you can just build on that. This is the...
can you shift him up that way a little bit?
Shifty up that way.
That's it.
Yeah, or that to the side there. Yeah. I mean, they look quite nice all together, don't they?
They do, actually, but that's all one set of templates.
Yes, and all one size, actually. That's all one size. So you can do 1 inch, little 1 inch kitty cornered, up to 6 inch. So you can do much bigger. Right, so I'll show you I can leave those there for a minute. So I'll show you what you need to do. Well, there's some little small ones there in that fabric there. Can you see that? Those ones, then you can... That fabric is Italian on there.
Oh, is it?
I speak Italian, and it's like a time-out list of theatres and restaurants.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, we just thought it was nonsense.
No, it's not nonsense. It's like a what to do, Teatro Agnelli, and then the road number and everything like that, and then there's restaurants.
So it's like the black and white yellow pages.
It is, exactly. I mean, anybody out there might like to work out whereabouts. It's probably Rome. They've probably chosen Rome, but yeah. I thought that was quite nice for a quilt for a man, because it looks like a tie.
It does,
and in that, you could make coasters, couldn't you, just in that size as well?
Where did you learn Italian then?
Oh, I just did the O level, and then I worked in Italy for 4 years. Yeah, so I picked it up. And then when I came back to London, I worked for Italian companies and spoke Italian, and then my territory was Italy.
Oh, lovely.
So I had to keep going over there. It was awful.
The whole of Italy.
Yes, yeah, because also I worked for the company that makes the ballroom dancing dresses for Strictly Come Dancing, and Italy was my territory, and then I had all these sponsored dancers stroke divas that I had to look after, and I went to all these dancing competitions and had to help them with all their clothes and things like that. So I didn't learn too much Italian when I was there, because everybody can speak a bit, but it was when I went back to London, they wanted me to sort of translate and do a lot more. So probably my Italian got better actually here, because but obviously I worked on the sort of the basis of it. So these are 2. So we're going to do.
Can you shufty up that way again?
Oh, sorry, shufty.
Got a lot of shufty
yes.
into this.
So look. So you cut out. Let me have a look. Oh, we want the 2 black ones actually with that. So there you go, like that. So what you do is, I'm just going to fold that over like that. So I'm just going to give that an iron actually. I'm going to put those there.
We went to Rome for a long weekend a couple of years ago, and it's the only place I've visited. I just can't wait to go back again.
Yes.
I loved it there.
That's what with all, obviously we can't really move them out much at the moment, but that is the one that if someone said to me, oh, you can never go back to Italy, I'd go, oh dear. I'll do that one yet.
I don't think I've ever walked so far.
Well, is that Rome?
Yeah,
but you can. You
your
can
10,000
walk.
steps a day were like 70,000 steps
Yes, but you
a day.
can walk there, and it is lovely to walk. You probably don't realise, do you, how much walking you do?
Yeah.
Right, so the first thing, I'll just look at my instructions to get this right. So you get your squares, So your squares are, you can see the sizes of your squares. It goes up to six inches here. And you can do really teeny little ones. I mean, you could do a big one, and then you could do little small ones around the
like a border.
Yes.
Nice.
So the first thing is you iron that down there, and then you've got steps on each. You see me aligning that, so I hope. You've got step 1, step 2, step 3. And then you've got the trim. So each corner almost is something that you've got to do. So I'm just going to line that there.
Can you move it to the right a little bit? Oh, please. Thank you. Look at that. Absolutely perfect.
Is that perfect? Right. Don't move. Now that one I'm afraid we don't do anything with, but I mean obviously you can keep that. Where's my other? There it is. And I have got the rotary cutter with the blade that retracts. So when I lay it down, you've got to be careful, haven't you?
Yeah.
So that makes the diamond like that. And what's nice is you make up these shapes, and you have a sort of trim it tool at the end. So if you are a bit out, you can definitely get all those right angles okay at the end.
And we've just given you the details for the Alpha rotary cutter. That's the ones. I've got loads of them that I have at home. Just because I think that's the thing I've ever used and I'm used to it, but I do like the way, like you said, it's retractable. It will lock.
Yes.
Left or right-handers.
Yeah, you can lock it as well, but when you put it down, it's... So then you've got your rectangle here, and I think you put it... It's important to place them right sides together, otherwise you'll get a mirror, and you don't want that. So right sides together, and then that was step 1, so you just turn around step 2, and it's like that. So you lay that down there, and then we're going to actually sort of halve this.
Did you see the videos, the YouTube videos? Have you watched
Does it look like I haven't?
No, no.
No, I have looked at them, yes.
I just wondered how useful
and they're
you
very
found
useful,
them.
yeah, and there are lots.
Oh, okay.
Yes. There are lots, so it's so that makes the square. So let me have a look. Let's put it out that way.
So will it explain in the instructions, so when you cut the pieces out, different ways to arrange them?
Yes, yeah. That's not the right one, is it? It's a bit slimmer.
I love the one that looks like a spiral.
Oh, that one, yes.
Yeah.
Hang on, there's one thing that I have missed. There's step 1 cut, 2 cut, and 3 a little trim, which I've forgotten to do. So it's on this black one and on the bigger one. So it's this one, step 1 and then step 3. Sorry, 2 and then 3. Pardon?
A bit like choreography.
It is, once you get going, because you're going to be doing a lot of these, aren't you? So, so it's like that angle. And then you're going to put that on there, right there. So it doesn't matter what actual size you're doing, it will still fit in these lines. And it's just that tiny little bit there. So that all makes it all nest together.
Okay.
So like that. Right, let's put them together again. I don't know how many I'm doing. I must put them away because I think they're part of the thing. So that all goes like that. So you just turn that over.
Oh, and that little nick's giving you the seam allowance, isn't it?
And it gives you the a point to so you know you're on the right tracks. Yeah, I'll pin that one as well. Yeah. See, it's only a small little thing, isn't it? But it makes a lot of difference.
Yeah. Now we do have 3 sets of Creative Grooves rulers for you, so we'll be showing you the other 2 shortly. We've got about 10 minutes on this one. That's okay.
On this actual...
On that actual ruler. Yeah. We're not quite out of time. It's going quickly today, but not that quickly.
Right.
I've given the machine a talking to, by the way.
Yeah. We've changed the bobbin.
Changed the bobbin. I glared at it. It should be fine. I frightened it to death.
It runs so smoothly. But
yeah, it don't behave any other way at the moment. I do have quite a glare when I glare.
Do you? Do you have a hard stare like Paddington?
I tell you what, I don't raise my voice very often, but when I do, it doesn't often get noticed.
Well, that's the thing. You just hold back, and then people will really realise it's no good doing it all the time, is it?
I had a run-in. Well, not a run-in. I had an opinion with a particular producer at a previous shopping channel I was working at. Something went horribly wrong, and I raised my voice only slightly, and he just went, "Oh my, you mean it, don't you?" I was like, you know when I mean it.
Yeah.
Ask the kids.
Now, what I didn't do is I just didn't, before I put one side on, I think you should iron it or press it, or I've got the roller to roll the seam.
Oh,
but,
I love those little things.
Yeah.
Do you have those on the website? Yeah, they're on the website. It's one of those little gadgets that you think, what on earth do I need that for? And then you use it, and then you think, why on earth didn't I buy one of those years ago?
I just sort of finger pressed it when I was down there. I don't know if you can see, I just finger pressed that when I was down there because it needed to, you know, be flat when I was doing this bit. And the white bit will be, I'll show you the other side in a minute. You're going to press them outways like that. But, you know, because while you're there, you can do that little roll just at the end where you're going to sew.
Yeah.
Whereas you probably need the iron for the whole of it. Right, so that's that one. Did I get another one? I think I did, didn't I? I may not have done the side bits. You can see the sizes coming along, can't you?
Yeah. So is that the largest size?
No, that
not,
isn't.
is it,
No,
actually?
no, it isn't. We're doing. Let me have a look at my. I'm going to get it round the right way, because I'll chop off the wrong corner otherwise. Yeah, it's like that. Like that. And then just a little chop.
Remember, you've got instructions in the packaging, and you've got the video, the YouTube video as well.
I'm just going to take a bit of water actually. If you
It
don't
looks
mind.
quite Art Nouveau. Art Deco, isn't it? The angular one. There's three. Is there three? No, there's one template in this one, isn't there? And we can go up to 8 inches for each little block on that one. But even when you've made up these little blocks as they are, you can kind of have a play with them there, can't they? Do you need a swig?
Yeah. Sorry about this.
That's all right. Let me show you the ruler. So this is kitty cornered. I'm not going to take it out of its packaging, but that's what you're going to get. So again, it's actually very clear even as you look on this. You see where Angela was saying there's step 1, there's step 2. So that's your step 1 cut, then there's your step 2 cut, there's your step 3 cut, and there's your trim. So you're literally working your way around there. Now remember, you do have that QR code, so have a go. If you've got quite a new smartphone, you just take a picture of it on your camera. It'll take you straight to YouTube. And otherwise, if you've got an older smartphone or a tablet, you can download a QR reader. They're free, don't pay for one. Otherwise, you can go straight to YouTube and put Kitty Cornered into the search bar, and it'll take you straight to a video to explain how to use them as well. So you're getting help from all angles, basically, with this one. Remember, you can create different sizes with it as well, from that tiny little 1 inch up to, was it 8 inches with this one for the large, 7 inches for the big one?
Oh, 6 inches.
Was it 6
Yeah.
inches? So you cut 7 inches. Oh, of course, then you've got your seam allowance. Yeah. 11 different sizes, it says on there, that you can make. 2 at a time. Get you. But it's about perfection. And when you're piecing together patchwork pieces like this, they've got to be perfect, else it will stand out a mile, isn't it? So these templates will help you with accuracy, which I think is really important. So have you used them before? Have you got some pictures to show us? You've gone a bit quiet on Facebook. Is it dinner time? Are you going to put the chicken on? How are we doing?
There's another one.
So just a couple of minutes on this one, if it's okay. Don't
I'll just show you how to trim this one as well. Right, so trim like that. You see that all right? So trim is there. So we've got step 1, step 2, 3, and trim there. So we've got a little arrow. Let me just, I haven't ironed it, but I'm just going to squash it down. You can see it's a bit wonky as it is, but with this, it's going to be, and you've got to make sure that that line there is actually on the at the point of the tie. You call it the tie.
All right. I like trimming down like this. Though I don't know whether it's because I'm a little bit impatient and I tend to rush things, but very rarely do my squares, no matter what kind of patchwork designs in there, turn out to be square. I think I must push the fabric out or something. So it's quite reassuring to know that you can trim it down to a perfect square. You're not working to that perfect square.
Yeah, I think if you are not so accurate when you're sort of putting it together, you know finally there will be a square and it will fit in into things. And it's only something if you go really close, you might be able to see, you know, that might not be so accurate. I've been using my rotary cutter a lot, so it might be just a little bit. Sorry about this, folks. It's a bit. That's it. There you are. So you just do it once and then you turn it around again. Shall I trim this one?
Okay.
So it's important. I don't think you can see that. Can you see it maybe on there?
Yep, you can see it on the green, I think.
Yes, yeah. That's really important, just to get right on that, on the white, on this black and white one. But sometimes you can't see it, and also that's got to be on the there. See what you see one end, and then
they're nice quality rulers, these, aren't they? You can feel that there's nothing bendy or flimsy about them.
No, and obviously they're non-slip.
Yeah.
You know, and they're solid, aren't they? And you turn it round to that side, and you just put it there. Just line up those. There's not much cut on this side. That's gone away.
And then you can play.
Yeah. There you go.
So again, they're going to look. I mean, have a play with them. There are going to be suggested designs in the instructions for you to use, but you could come. It depends on the colours, I think, that you're using, because the darker colours are going to go back, lighter colours are going to come forward. So you can really play around with different designs there.
Shall I put that away then?
So
the hexagonal one.
Is it hexagons next?
Yeah, hexagons.
So that's your kitty cornered. Again, everything explained on there, so it's very clear. Very simple to use, non-slip rulers. And again, £25.99 is your price for that one. It's multi-size, that's the thing I like about it. You're not just going to create one design and that's it, that's your lot. Different sizes, different designs, one template. You can hang them up and everything, they're ever so easy to store. So it's the hexagon coming up next.
Yeah, I've got, so as I said, look, I went a bit crazy.
Just a little.
They're all quite big
You're
ones,
making placemats for Christmas, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I don't know if you can catch those there. But maybe not, because that's in the way, isn't it? Shall I bring it down? There we go. But they're all different types. I mean, obviously that one starts there, and then we've just got the same colour going all the way round. That we can catch that one, and then obviously that's got 3 colours. 3 colours works the best.
That's
And
nice.
then you have like this. They call that the braided one because you go round. It's not all overlapped.
Yes.
So I'll show you how to do that one. And then that one isn't. Oh no, that is the braided one as well. So and then you can trim them at the end and then fit them all together. Right.
So you thought a hexagon was just
there's
one
a one there.
shape,
Look,
you see? Yeah.
Little one hiding there. Yeah, because it's a very popular shape, and you might sort of worry about getting the accuracy of it.
So hexagons of 2 inches, 4 inches or 6 inches finished.
Yeah. So what you do is, all the instructions are on here, but if you want the, there's a list. So for the 2-inch hexagon, you need a 2.5 inch wide strip, so something like that. So the same with the 4 inch, 4.5. So you just do a strip. You can do that with your stripology, and you put your, because you've actually got a white square here, which is like the main one, but you just put that on there. You can see that's all lined up there, and you can just
to the right, please.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were doing a dance. Just put that there. Just a bit messy. It's just a bit messy to the right. Here we go.
There you go.
Is that better? Yep. Yeah, sorry about that. So, and then like that. And then you turn round. Oh, no, you don't have to turn around, but I will, because I'm used to turning around, not having a revolving one. And then you put that back on there. So it's just about strips at the beginning, strips about what actual width you want your hexagon to be. Not pushing hard enough. Yeah, and you can just go down that strip and do all your hexagons. Yeah?
Because I'm thinking as well, I know you've got all of these different designs that you can use that for, but if you just need to cut, maybe you're English paper piecing, and you just want to cut hexagons, you've got a hexagon template.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can even do the papers with that.
Yeah.
If you had a special rotary cutter just for paper,
yes,
you could do that. So all the strips are the pattern, and what they're suggesting is 1 3/4 inch, the strips. Right. But, you know, as I was doing it, I thought, oh, I want to push it out and do the thing. But I stayed to what they said. But you can have it. They can be wider, can't they, as they go out? They don't have to be that. But for this, and it doesn't have to, you can still use the ruler, you know, but all the strips are that. So you start off, and then all the measurements for the strips and how, so that's how, you know, the width, and then the length of them are all on there, so it's not a...
So you don't use the ruler to make the strips, you cut your own strips?
You cut your own strips.
Oh, you could have massive ones, couldn't you?
Yes.
Do whatever you like.
Well, as I said, my stripology is only every 1/2 inch increment, so I might, you know, if I was doing it, I might sort of think, what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stick one of those, or not stick, pin one of those on each one. And then sew it 1/4 inch. If you sew it the hexagon side, then you can see what you're doing a bit better.
Okay.
And I've pinned it on that side, but
we've got about 10 minutes on this one, if that's right.
Yeah. I would say this one is more complicated and more, you know, you need to get sort of more accurate.
So you're sewing straight across, you're not leaving a 1/4 inch gap?
I'm just sewing straight across.
Okay.
There. Getting it in the middle.
I think hexagons are the classic shape, aren't they? If I think about patchwork, I think about hexagons.
I think they're the strongest shape as well, they say,
Yeah.
you know, for construction. There's something mystical, I don't know quite what, but about the hexagon. Oh, I don't like that. There we go. Stick him out. There's an easy foot to follow on this machine as well, you know, with your 1/4 inch. Just on this one, it's transparent, isn't it? So you can see. So I'll just roll that, but they want you to keep that, you you know, integral, the hexagon. So you're going to just roll the seams to the, I'm going to say caramel, because this is to me chocolate and caramel.
Don't.
Right, so the next one we want a dark. Just make sure I've got the right one. Yeah, I think it's, I'm going to check.
Do you know what the best bit of chocolate in the world is?
No.
Terry's chocolate orange, but the bit down the middle that holds all the segments together. I don't know why.
Oh,
it's
yes.
better than the segments. It's just that little strip down there. Kim, my daughter, came in the other day and she says, "Oh, she got a chocolate orange." She says, "I know you like that bit." That's all I got, you know.
I don't like that bit in the real orange.
Oh no! Oh.
Why can't they design it? You know. Right now, so I think you can see that. I'm going to just sew right across there, and then that will bend back, and then do that bit.
Oh, I see. I was wondering how you're going to piece another piece into that V shape, but you don't. You're sewing straight across it.
I am.
Ah. Makes it easier than sewing tiny triangles, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very well behaved sewing machine, I have to say.
Yeah.
The glare worked.
You put a good bobbin in, didn't you?
I did get a good bobbin.
Yeah. Right. And it's just there, and obviously you just need to see, make sure that it's equal sort of there, and it's parallel to that cream in the middle, like that. And move it over a bit. I'm just pinning it so that by the time I get to the machine it stays put, but you probably don't need to pin it.
Did you make your pincushion?
Oh yes, this, yes. Yeah.
Could you have made a bigger one?
Did I make a bigger one?
I say, could you have made a bigger one? It's huge.
Well, that one we did last time was a huge thing, wasn't it?
Oh, it was, yes.
That could be put on a wrist.
Yes.
It's out there, I've seen it. Yeah, we were making these, I've got new children starting and they were eyeing, I've got a few of these. And so we did a love heart, that was the first thing we did. Little stuffed love heart, because that's kind of quite a difficult shape to do, because it's all curves, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I'm a bit mean to make them do that, and then they were like going, "Oh, I like that," and because they're bringing in their own equipment now. I used to supply it, but they're bringing in their own, and they need pincushions, you know. So we were making these, you know, these tiny little bits of elastic around their little wrists.
Aww.
These are like 7-year-olds.
What was the youngest age group you teach?
Well, 7.
7's
Yeah.
the youngest.
Yeah. But they pick it up really quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, they really do.
That's coming together very quickly.
Yes, it is coming together quickly. And you can see the way it overlaps has left the, you know, for me to get the seam allowance in. So the next one is, I think it's this one. Let me just have a look. Yeah, it's the 3.
I think this is another one of those designs. You can see how easy this is, basically, if we're talking to beginner sewers. But it looks really complicated, because on the finished little block there, it looks like tiny little triangles. So you imagine that you've sewn together tiny little triangles, but it's...
So this one's, I'm just checking, this one's important. If I show you this one here, we really want this to be a point here.
Yeah.
So I really want to sew right across there. I don't want to sew down, so I chop it off, or up here, you know, so it's really important. So if I put a pin in through there and I put it in the top of that triangle, I think this is the only, let's say, pinch point that there is. That's the only real thing. And then after that, you can go on and on and on and just expand. Obviously, you've got the maximum is 8 inches for the trim it, trim it at the end. But, yeah.
I think depending on the colours of your fabrics as well, you can create quite an illusion with it, can't you? The pink and blue one that you've got there actually looks from here like it's spinning. It's like an optical illusion.
That one?
Yeah.
Is it your coffee that you've had, Debbie?
It's decaf, so I should be okay.
That's quite unusual colours, but it works so well, doesn't it?
It does work really well, actually, that one.
Right. I'm going to stick that in there and then put that there. This is what you do with most patchwork anyway, don't you, to get your points. But that is the only bit, so don't worry anybody, that is the only bit that you need to get accurate on.
So I've just got a couple of minutes on this one, if that's right.
Okay.
Just to let you know. Oh, the fabric's been really busy today as well. We've got some really nice fabrics today, haven't we? Debbie's Delightful Fabrics.
Yeah.
We named. What's your favourite one? I bet it's that one. Oh no. I bet it's the Italian black and white ones.
Is that selling well?
Yeah, everything's selling well today. Oh, no, that was actually Italian. So those could be proper phone numbers, couldn't they?
Yeah, they could be. Well, we can call them after, Debbie. Book a table.
Book a table.
And then go to the theatre. It does look like a sort of time out kind of thing, like What to Do in Rome. Right. So I say that. Mine aren't too accurate, but you get the idea, and then you're going to go with the... and then so that you can see actually just completely just goes over there, and you don't really have to match it, and then you're just going to sew across there. So I'll do one of those.
So literally just keep going and going
Keep
and going
going.
and going.
Keep going. But I'll do this one,
All right.
and then I'll trim that one and show you how to trim.
Okay.
But as I said, it only goes up to 8 inches, so if you want to use the tool to trim, which is, you know, that's big enough, isn't it? Imagine all the designs you could do. It could be all swirly, couldn't it?
Yes.
And also the way you could make more of a snail pattern I've seen going round and round, depending on what colours you use.
That's a nice idea.
Oh look, I put a chocolate where it shouldn't be, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
That's my one that I've already done, and I'll show you how to trim it to make it, because that's not the right shape, is it? So you always go with this white in front of you. That's got to point forward like that. So I'm going to just move it forward. As you can see, that white one's moving forward there. I suppose it's where that hole is. That's where we're to put a bit of ribbon, isn't it, to hang it up?
Yeah.
So if you think that's where your, you know, your sort of central bit is. So I'm going to, I think that's right, isn't it? Or no, maybe that's better. That's it. So I've got my central one in there. I've got round 1, 2 and 3. I think I'm on 2 because I've done 2 extra strips other than the middle one. So that's how you...
Your rotating cutting mat's useful for these, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yes.
Have a look on the website for those.
Yep. So what am I doing now? Let's have a look. That's that, round 2. So you just put round 2 in the middle.
So that's the trim bit of the trim tool.
Yes, and
aptly
that's
named.
Yes, and it is very useful. Oops. Again, I'm going to put it in. If you think of when you're trimming it, have the point of the hexagon at the top. That's very helpful. Oops. Just trying to... I don't know what I'm doing, Debbie. I'm trying to move my ruler rather than the mat. Right, what else have I got to do? That one. I think you can do it in 2, but I'm making... But, you know, get the idea.
So just keep rotating it until you get
Yes,
shape.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I should be doing.
Oh, you can do half hexagons as well?
Yes, to fill in your, you know, if you've got a quilt and you'll want to have your half hexagons and triangles.
Yeah.
So that's that Have I got enough time to do another one?
Can we do the final
Yes,
templates?
okay.
If that's all right, because it is going rather quickly now. So that was the hexagon trim tool. There's a lot on here that I think you're going to be using, not necessarily just for the designs that are on the block. You know, if you're using a lot of hexagons, you can cut out your hexagon shapes for your English paper piecing, but you've also got your let me do that one. Your 1/4 inch seam allowance as well, so you could literally cut out your papers from the larger one and then use the smaller one to cut out your fabric, so you've got the perfect size. There's your half hexagon size, so all of those different sizes of hexagons but half. These are the different designs that they've come up with. I'm sure you're going to be able to have more. Full instructions are included in here as well. Remember that all of these shaded bits, your 1/4 inch seam allowance is actually the grippy bit of your creative grids, the non-slippy bit. So that grips onto your fabric. So again, you've got more accuracy there. A lot of people are worried about using rotary cutters with rulers, but that gives you a peace of mind to know that that's not going to move anywhere while you're cutting as well. So that's £24.99. The final grips we have, because there's 2 of these, are the 8-inch scrap crate. Could I say that, for goodness sake? Scrap crazies. And there's 3 templates inside here for you, £22.99 this time. So again, I'm not going to open it, but those are the 3 different shapes, which mean nothing to me. So it's over to our expert. We've got about 10 minutes on this one.
Okay. So you can cut it out different ways, but if you want to cut it out lots of them at the same time, you can use like a 10-inch, like a layer cake, and you can put all the different colours together. All right up, right sides up. Otherwise, you'll get that mirror image. But you know, you could do that, and then you just end up, and then you just piece it all together. But this is if you want the uniformed one. I'll just show you my sample. I think it was that one. No, it was this one. I went a bit crazy. I thought, oh, I better rein back and do like a uniformed one. So that's, you can see it's exactly the same. Each of those is exactly the same. So you can imagine it all over. The effect is really good, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then this one isn't all the same, but it's got quite a good effect anyway.
Oh,
the different things are coming out of it.
Yeah.
And then you can obviously do positive, negative, like I did with the black and white. So here we've got 3 pieces, and then if I do it on, so you put those there. This is just to arrange it on the pieces, and you take away that. And that, and then those pieces can fit down there, and then this one goes here. So this, you actually need, if you want to do it, there's 5 different pieces. So you need 5 different fabrics really. Otherwise you will double up on a fabric, and however the design sits together, it might butt up with the same fabric that it is. So you might get a design that just comes out of that. So if you want it sort of a definite, it's 5 different fabrics. So you've got this one, and you use the whole of that for A, and then for B, your cutting line is there. So you would put that for B here. So we'll cut that out. Actually, if you no, we can't butt that up there. So put that there, then we can cut that one out. And then I'm putting another one of these up there to make sure that can fit. Let me just put that down. Let's cut that one out first, actually. You see that?
It makes the most of your fabric as well, doesn't it?
Well, that's it, yes. You can just do all these squares, can't you? And there's an important bit there that you need to... So that's all those done. But it is repeated here as well. So it is repeated there. Let me do this one. Actually, I'm just going to square off that because it's not very square. In transit, I think it's moved a bit. That's it.
Would you pin your fabric before you cut it?
No. I might, you know, best press it.
Yeah.
I'll move that.
This is, by the way, one of our most popular creative grids.
Is it?
Set, yes. I think it's because of the versatility. There's so much you can do with
yes, it. Yes, it's true, yeah. And it's quite a big one because it will make up quite quickly. And then that one goes there. And that one goes there. So if you put that round there, you can do pop that up there, pop that there, and then go across there. Just make sure that they are butted up there because you don't want to hurt your acrylic ruler there.
Yeah.
So you could take them away and put another ruler on. I would probably suggest that actually, but I'm just being careful. I'll just do that bit there.
The instructions are really clear on this as well.
Yeah. I'll just take that away. And I've got all the pieces there. Right, shall I put them together? So I've got lots of different colours here, but I can do that there. That one there. One of those down there. I think that's how it goes. Yep, and then we've got no, not him, the long one. Where's that? Oh, I did cut that out, didn't I? Oh, maybe I didn't.
Is it not the one with the... Oh
yeah,
no,
the long
with the
one.
pointy end.
Maybe I made it too short actually. Well, it doesn't matter because I've got an example. Oh, not there, here, of it all pinned out. So I'll just put that aside, just in case I haven't done the longer one. So be aware of that. That one acrylic thing has got an A and a B on. So I think I didn't move it along to make it the bigger one. So that's how it goes, like that.
Oh,
so what you do is you just sew those two together. Oops.
So you're running out of time again this morning. Where are we?
There's a lot to get through. There's a
Couple
lot
of minutes. I know.
I think there's a bit for everybody here with these rulers, isn't there?
I think so, yeah.
You know, because you know, whatever you fancy. If you think hexagonals are a bit too complicated, you know, this one goes together easily, and then but the kitty one does as well, because I think you can incorporate that into lots of. You could just have one plain square and have them all going round the outside, couldn't you?
That'd be a nice idea. Love to see what you've been doing with yours. Bit late to email in today, but
I know
maybe
it's
next time
incorporated into lots of complicated
Yeah.
quilts. That kitty one.
Do you know when you're back in again?
15th of November. It's a Sunday.
Do you know what you're doing yet?
No, I don't. So I'm just going to finger press that one up there, and I'm going to bring this one, just finger press that one down there, like that. And there's all, oh sorry, there's all,
we all went very quiet on Facebook about
there's all
an
the
hour
instructions.
ago.
There's all the instructions about what way to press as well. I'm not doing much pressing at the moment. I'm being a bit naughty and whizzing along, but you know, you need to press them in the right way so they all sort of nestle.
Okay.
And there we go. I can just use my little roller. But that's obviously 4 colours, and you can see these are going to work together, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then you just turn that like that, and then you're going to sew
And
down
we're
there.
out of time.
Are we?
Yes.
Oh.
So it always goes quickly when you're having fun, doesn't it? As they say. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
No, that's been really interesting. I think it really explains why you need rulers.
Yes,
Because I think a lot of the time, I certainly think, well, I don't need that, I'll just use an ordinary ruler. But you can't for these things.
No, it's helpful.
I'll see you on the 15th.
Yes.
I shall look forward to that.
Yeah, see you. Be there, be square.
Be there and be square. We'll do all of that. Right, so it was the non-slip scrap crazy that Angela was using for the last demonstration there, £22.99. There's 3 templates in there. Remember, all of these are resizable, so many different things that you can do with them. Full instructions, QR video, and this is one of our most popular grids at £22.99. I think because of its versatility, there's so much you can actually do with it. Right, I messed all of this up. Coffee's gone cold again. It's not a bad thing, really. Drink too much of it. Let's take a look at Kitty Cornered, which is the first Creative Grid ruler that Angela is using. Our most popular one today as well. So that's the kind of design that you're going to make, but then there's different ways of actually piecing those together to create some lovely designs. And we've got all of your different sizes on there as well, your different steps, 1, 2, 3, and trim. And again at £25.99, a very versatile ruler. Tutorials as well. I think that's really important, the QR code. If you don't have a QR scanner, then do have a look at YouTube, because all of the videos are on YouTube, so you don't have to scan, but you will have to search for them. This one will take you directly to the appropriate video for the template that you're looking at. So that's Kitty Cornered. Then we have the hexagonals. Amazing how many different designs you can create from one hexagon, isn't it? So the one with the braiding or the outline, the look of those tiny little triangles that aren't really tiny little triangles, making it very easy for you to create something simply and quickly and accurately that looks really complicated. But it isn't. That's £24.99 again for your hexagonal trim tool. And then we've got loads of fabrics for you. So your favourite ones from this hour is the black and white, the Italiano script. So you've got the black and the white and the white with the black, but they go together so well without being too fussy. They don't argue too much, this pair. So we bundled them together for you, £8.99. There's ½ a metre in each one of those, and they're 112 centimetres wide. So perfect to use with your rulers, but I fancy a bag made out of those, you know. Maybe the black for the bottom of the bag because it's going to keep cleaner when it goes on the floor, and then I'll have the white and the lining for a flap, and maybe a little piece of applique in the black just on the front of the flap there. That's maybe what I'd do. Your second favourite in this hour is the red and teal. Again, ½ a metre of each of those, 1 metre in total, for £12, 112 centimetres wide. This actually looks like it's been printed using one of the templates. That kind of patchwork design, isn't it? So very modern, very bright, loads of fun. And again, just £12 for both pieces. So that's the whole 1 metre bundle. Then, what else shall we show you? Let's do these. Gradiente, don't know how you say it. We have sage, we have sky, we have purple, we have pink, for £18.99, and that's for 2 metres. So you're getting ½ a metre of each one of those. They're pretty, aren't they? They work really well together as well. So they're delicate and they're fresh, and they remind me of sugared almonds. And again, that's £18.99 for 4, and this is what they look like together. It's subtle, isn't it? It's a subtle look, but it's really striking. So that's your gradient fabric bundle. We have the neutral fabric bundle, which is your brunette, your tan, and your cream. ½ a metre of each of those. 1½ metres in total. And £9.99 is your price for those. You get 100% cotton, 112 wide, quilting weight of cotton. So really lovely quality. For £9.99, it's good, isn't it? £3.33 for ½ a metre. That's very good value for money. Just before we talk about what's coming up tomorrow, let me give you a reminder of the machines which have been really busy again today. So we have featured today the 780 Plus, which is the Elna. Been really busy for this one. And this may be the time, if this is the machine that you've been dreaming of for months, that you can afford to place your order, because we can split the cost now into 5 equal payments. So for your first payment, we'll get this over to you as soon as we can. You don't have to wait till February to receive it. And the final payment will be in February. So we've got Christmas out of the way. So £399.80 you'll pay today. And then the same again each month until February, and it's paid off without any interest to pay whatsoever. So again, have a look on the website if you want more tech spec of that one. There's 350 stitches. There's an awful lot of feet that comes with it. There's a lot going on. That really is a dream machine. Okay, coming up tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, we've got to have gadgets. Oh, there's my rosemary bag coming up tomorrow. Rebecca Reed's in tomorrow presenting. At 10 o'clock is the Art of Sashco, and the Linen Teddy Bear is at 11 o'clock, and the Fabulous Fabrics is a repeat of this morning's show coming up at 12 o'clock tomorrow. I shall see you again. Oh, that teddy bear's brand new. By the way, it's nice to have a bit of newness, isn't it? Thank you for all of you that have come sending your messages through this morning. We've had hundreds of you. I'll have a look through them afterwards, and of course on the Sewing Street fans page and on YouTube as well. So thank you. It's been lovely to have your company. Cara Ackerman's going to be with Bex tomorrow, so we're going to have a really fun and varied day. So hopefully you'll be able to join us in the morning, and I shall see you again on Sunday, next Sunday morning, for a little bit more Sunday morning sewing. So hopefully you'll be with me then. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you again next Sunday. Bye bye.